you love. We can't wait to see our pirate friends and customers back at Russell's in downtown Washington.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
Get us fever. A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible, overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk this tightrope of your finances with one low fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A. member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891. Okay.
Yeah.
Joe Latrulio here.
Yeah,
we kept him after class.
Yeah, I like
just
it.
For this conversation.
I'm in the principal's office, and I like it.
No, you're not in the principal's office at all. Everybody else is. You were talking about your story about being at the Sundance Film Festival. Yeah. Very, very, very famous film festival, where they're watching films and not having an NFC Championship game watch party.
It's not a watch party.
You just told a story about Gail Daughtry and the Celebrity Sex Pass, which, by the way, is in theaters near you Friday, July 10th. You're watching it for the first time, but only as you're double screening.
I'm double screening. I've got my phone in one hand at the back of the theater, and then
because you're watching the Rams and the Seahawks, and you talked about how the end result disappointed you greatly.
It did.
So you are a Jet fan who has now become a Rams fan.
Correct.
If not, the Rams being sort of your football methadone to get you off of the bad habit.
Well, yes.
Is that
I mean, the analogy I use is I've divorced the Jets. The Jets are my ex that I can never quit because, we've all seen that viral video of the kid saying, I'll always be a Jet fan, and I'm always going to keep track of my ex. I'm always going to see how she's looking, and but I need to move on to a healthier relationship.
Yes,
yes. And the Rams provide that for me.
Yes.
It's a reciprocal relationship.
Yes.
I feel like my needs are met.
Yes.
My complaints are heard.
Yes,
and there is an attempt for both parties to enjoy the fruits of the relationship.
And I echo those sentiments here, and I get so much grief from that guy over there, Patriot fan over there.
I get it.
My son, who's also a Patriot fan, Cooper, my youngest son, calls me derisively a passionate Rams fan because
not a compliment.
That's why I said derisively.
Not a compliment.
He calls me a passionate Rams fan, and I'm like, well, wait a minute. There's many reasons to root for the Rams and like them a lot.
That's right. There is. There is. But when you make yourself better, when you take care of a problem, when you're no longer an alcoholic, a lot of your friends that still drink, they give you crap for not going to the party.
They're drinking around you.
Yeah, they're drinking around you. But you know what? You just stay on course, day by day.
Yes.
And one foot in front of the other.
Yeah.
We have an incredible team this year, the Rams.
Basically, if the Rams don't go 17-0, or pardon me, wait a minute. They've got to go 21-0 or 20-0 because if they're 17-0, they skip a playoff.
They skip a playoff.
20-0.
Yeah. But I just want to say it was very difficult to lose Jared Verse. Of course, the great trade we love, but that guy.
Come on now.
No. I'm not saying it shouldn't have been done, but
I know. I'm just saying, I'm with you. Jared Verse is spectacular and young, but you can get Myles Garrett at this age,
absolutely,
this age, and that salary.
Absolutely, but
and
I want
to potentially bring Donald out of retirement.
Yeah, but can I give a hot take that you're gonna yell at?
You got about 30 seconds.
Okay, the Verse and the new quarterback that the Cleveland Browns, whoever they pick, the Cleveland Browns will be in the AFC title game in 4 years.
This guy over here.
Okay.
Mark it down. Mark
4 years.
Time.
They're going to be in the title game.
Gail Daughtry and the Celebrity Sex Pass available in theaters on Friday, July 10th. This man's pass is called the Los Angeles Rams. Everybody check this movie out with Joe Latrulio and more. That wraps up this edition of the Rich Eisen Show here on this Monday. We'll talk about Tuesday and send Joe Latrulli off to his Monday on Disney Plus in a second. Rich Eisen here. Running a small business means every hire matters. A bad hire costs time and money, but the right one helps your business grow. The challenge? Finding that person without sorting through resumes. That's where LinkedIn Hiring Pro comes in. It screens candidates so you can focus on conversations with qualified talent. With Hiring Pro, you can hire with confidence and build the team you need. Join the 2.7 million small businesses using LinkedIn to hire. Get started by posting your job for free at linkedin.com/Eisen. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46. And I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Baltimore Orioles baseball.
Alonso drives this right field and deep. Tucker is back. He's at the track, and that baby is gone. Pete Alonso with an Earl Weaver special. And the Orioles have put up a 10 spot here at Chavez Ravine.
Catch all the action right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Whether you're joining us for lunch or dinner, Basil's is the place to be this summer. Stop by and explore Basil's new summer specialty menu, featuring fresh, bold flavors in every bite. Enjoy favorites like our fried green tomatoes, the ahi tuna salad, a delicious tuna sandwich, the crowd favorite seafood sensation, and more. Then cool off at the bar with an ice-cold beer, a glass of wine, or one of Basil's handcrafted specialty cocktails. And don't worry, your Basil's favorites and our full regular menu are available every day. Basil's, Pirates supporting pirates.
Play it again, sport. Buy, sell, trade. Great deals never felt so good. So good, so good, so good. I saved a bunch of cash. Buy, sell, trade. Using my gear like I never knew I could. Play It Again Sports. Buying and selling new and used sporting and fitness equipment for over 27 years right here in Greenville. Located on Greenville Boulevard across from the Nissan dealership.
We declare it's time for you to trade into a new vehicle at the Declaration of Deals sales event at East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Greenville. East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep has doubled down with dealer discounts and now has savings up to $12,000 on a new 2026 Ram 1500 and a special finance rate on Ram of 2.9% for 72 months. If you aren't looking for a truck, no problem. We declare that 2026 Grand Cherokee come with savings up to $6,000. Or you can lease America's most awarded SUV for as low as $429 per month. But that's not all. Save up to $7,000 on a new 2026 Jeep Wrangler or lease one for as low as $379 per month.
East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep, across from the Cockerel in Greenville. Come see us!
36-month leases, 10,000 miles per year, and $39.99 due at signing. Tax tags and $8.99 admin fee not included.
Check out all the great deals at East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep or at ecauto.com.
A pepperoni pizza for the table.
Thank you.
And may I suggest trying it with our Pepsi Zero Sugar? It has just the right amount of sweetness to complement all that cheesy, saucy goodness, while the carbonation and notes of citrus enhance the flavor profile. Simply divine.
Pepsi Zero Sugar? You've really outdone yourself this time. Pizza deserves Pepsi.
Miss, your burger is served.
Thank you.
And if I may suggest a pairing, this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. The sweetness of Pepsi perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger, while the citrus and carbonation elevates the taste for a truly stunning flavor profile. Bon appetit.
Now that is one perfect combination. If this is how the other half lives, I could get used to this. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
This is the Pirate Nation, and we are pirates because all you have to do to get anybody excited here is go, Purple!
You guys are rocking. The city's awesome, and I love you guys.
Sumo Konbe hit, driven back, ECU standing tall.
The biggest thing about Pirate Nation is we kind of get it for as small a community as we are. We really get everybody involved.
Y'all are intimidating guys. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are famous. Y'all are celebrity type guys, and that's intimidating.
We never lose a tailgate. That's the one thing. Undefeated.
Go Pirates! Yeah.
Live from the First Flight Credit Union Studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome in to a Monday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here with you inside the First Flight Credit Union Studios. And welcome into another edition of PRL on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250, 930 online, PR927FM.com. You can find us on the Pirate Radio app powered by Carolina Caliber. You can find us on YouTube, Pirate Radio TV. Come join us. Give us a like, a subscribe. Let us know what is on your mind and what is on the mind of a lot of Pirate fans today, including ours, is the health of Chris Johnson. He was on Good Morning America, and it was announced that he had ALS, and I talked to Michael Strahan about that, and there's been an outpouring of support, thoughts, prayers from his Pirate family, his NFL family, and from everybody out there after seeing him today, and we will discuss that a lot today and throughout the week on the show. Right here on Pirate Radio Live. We'll talk to the man that pointed him towards the end zone in the Hawaii Bowl, Greg Hudson. Will join us later on in today's show. Brian Bailey, of course, covered CJ2K. We'll talk to Bailey later on. Also joining us on this program on this Monday, Rich Shea. We talk to Rich every year. And he is the president of Major League Eating. Got the hot dog eating contest coming up July 4th, Coney Island. We'll talk to Rich about that. On today's program, Cornell Powell, the sportsman of the year in the UFL. That's awesome to say because of what he does off the field. We'll have a camp coming up July 11th in Greenville. It's free, and he'll tell you all about that, and we'll talk about his football career. Coach Mack McCarthy, going to join us in about 20 minutes or so, and Parker Byrd has a big edition of the Parker Byrd Show he's recording, and before that, he will stop by the Pirate Radio studio. So a big show today as we'll hit on everything going on in the world of sports, but also talk about, of course, former Pirate Chris Johnson. And again, as I welcome in Ellerby, left side. Left side. Strong side. Thank you, Chan Man. And the crew here, Shirley Rhodes, J-Bone, Jared Watkins, the big dog, Glenn Griffin here on a Monday. Ellerby, story of the day, unfortunately, nationally, and of course here as well, is CJ2K.
Yeah, it was, shocking news, I think, on the Pirate Radio group text that we saw. I think Chandler even said it, that it started, a lot of people may have seen some teases that Chris Johnson was going to be on Good Morning America, and it was like, wow, what's going on with Chris? Obviously one of the most dynamic players ever to wear the ECU uniform and then represent the Pirates in the NFL, and had one of the greatest seasons as a running back, perhaps the greatest season as a running back, getting CJ2K. But yeah, definitely heavy news today. And then it was real heavy when you watched the interview with Michael Strahan and seeing the current condition of Chris Johnson, who went from just Superman to, very humanized as he is battling ALS. So just a hard, tough day for a lot of folks, as a lot of people, everybody has problems, but certainly thoughts and prayers with Chris Johnson and his family.
Yeah, I got the news from a buddy of mine who's a huge Titans fan, and obviously follows one of their top beat writers, and he sent me the screenshot and said, I don't know what this is about. He said the rumor, in the rumor mill, it is hopefully not ALS, and then come to find out that's what it was. But I hated to hear that, and then I got into the office this morning, and obviously it was the first topic of discussion with me and Ellerby, and he said, have you seen the video? And I said, I haven't seen it yet. I really don't know if I want to. And I said, well, how did he look? And Jonathan was like, here, you take a look for yourself. And that just took my breath away to see him in that type of shape. And man, it's just it all happened within a year. I think he mentioned in his interview that just around this time last year, he was holding up his 7-year-old daughter to, let her, blow out her birthday candles. And now he's in a wheelchair and having to use, I guess, a computer to talk. So just awful news. And, when my buddy said that the rumor is going around that it's ALS, I just thought to myself, please don't let that be correct. But yeah, this is tough news, and it hits home obviously here in Greenville, as he's one of the top Pirates of all time. So, but it's just tough news.
I got some audio from that, Shirley. I believe we can hit from Good Morning America with Michael Strahan.
Let's go back to last year. When did you notice that something was off?
I first noticed weakness in my right hand. At first, there was little things like my grip didn't feel right, and I wasn't as strong as I've always been.
His wife, Brittany, thought it was something much simpler.
Brittany, what did you think it was at the time?
I thought because of football and, his career, that it had to be something with that, maybe the pinched nerve or something along those lines, but never ALS.
And what did doctors tell you initially about your condition?
We hoped it was something else, but after thorough testing, they finally came down with a diagnosis of ALS. They told us about a medication that might extend life by a few months. Then they told us to get our affairs in order. It was hard hearing that, but after watching Good Morning America and seeing Dr. Merritt with Eric Dane, we reached out to her. She was willing to think more creatively, offering experimental treatments that might help and advance research.
Again, just tough to hear that and how quickly it can hit and spiral the way it does.
Yeah, and a lot of people might not have known this, but over the even last year, a lot of times Chris was starting to appear a little bit more on Pirate Radio. We had a partnership with him and Andre Allison, and last summer I was working with both those guys to develop a podcast here on Pirate Radio, and we were gonna try to launch it in the fall because the previous football season, Chris had been coming to some football games. He actually came out of the Pirate Radio tailgate zone, and I think he was really wanting to kind of get back engaged and more involved in Greenville and in the community. And he has two young twin boys that are obviously a heck of athletes. But so we were kind of working on a podcast deal, and then I kind of got word that Chris had some stuff come up and that he needed to put it on hold for right now. And I didn't really think much of it and didn't dive any more to his personal stuff of what was going on. But obviously there was this situation developing last summer, and it was just shocking news to hear that today. And we're all saddened for Chris, but we all certainly want to rally around him and pull for him and hope the best for him and his family. I know he's been on a tough journey, and ALS is just one of those just terrible diseases that that unfortunately strikes a lot of people. And as Chandler mentioned, Coach Claire was a part of that. I went to high school with Chris Combs, who played baseball at NC State, and I saw him go through that and it take his life at a very early age as well. And it's one of those things. It's not that any disease is worse or whatever than the other, but it is one of those things when you see a young man, especially, and it's pretty predominant with athletes, when you see somebody that really was like a Superman on a ball field or on a football field or wherever, and then it's shocking. So it was a very well done interview today with Michael Strahan and Good Morning America. But certainly the outpouring of support for Chris Johnson has just been unbelievable all over digital and social media today. So hopefully he's feeling some love, and that'll lift his spirits up, and we'll just continue to follow his journey.
Yeah, I mean, and when people get ALS, they usually come out and say, hey, I've got this disease, and they're still up talking, walking around, and you kind of see that their journey into a wheelchair and obviously until the very end. But and that's kind of what I thought when I heard he was going to be on Good Morning America. I was like, all right, well, I'll get to watch it and see him. And like, I did not expect him to already be in a wheelchair and be nonverbal. So, I mean, that's what really has gotten me, just how rapidly this disease has affected him and his body and his willing to speak. So, but no, it's so tough to hear this news. And, he's one of 9 people in the NFL to rush for 2,000 yards. And it's really cool to say that he's a Pirate. And so yeah.
Hey Chris, he helped. He's one of the 2 first-round draft picks.
Yeah.
Out of East Carolina, both selected at 24. Robert Jones, obviously the other guy, but a guy that helped market and put East Carolina on a bigger stage. And it was cool to follow his career and watch him come back play. Jay Glazer, when he was here as our leadership speaker this year, he talked about Chris Johnson. He trained with Jay Glazer, and Jay actually had a cool story that helped get him back hooked in with the Cardinals, and he was the comeback player of the year with the Cardinals when he went and played in Arizona. So, I think the cool thing is, and I know Clip, you worked and J-Bone have worked hard today to reach out to a lot of people that have coached or were teammates with CJ, and we're going to have some reflection on his impact of who he was, and continue to talk about Chris and hear more of this news and perspective from a lot of other people, but certainly a lot of people, thoughts and prayers with Chris Johnson and his family now.
A lot of the national outlets that are posting about it, ESPN, Bleacher Report, some others, a lot of people are commenting about and thanking Chris Johnson for their fantasy leagues, talking about being one of the best fantasy league players of all time. And so, but he was fun to watch. I remember 2007 was the first year that I was emotionally invested in ECU football, and man, it helped a lot because I got to watch Chris Johnson, and that 07 year is really what kind of propelled him to be a first round pick in the NFL draft, and then go on and have such a great career. So I remember being young and being like, man, who is this guy for East Carolina that is so fast, so dynamic? And man, it was Chris Johnson, CJ2K.
Hey, Clip, as you know, that NFL Combine is will always be legendary of when he ran that the fastest 40 time.
Yeah, I mean, just had an epic run from the end of the regular season to the NFL draft, including the Hawaii Bowl, and then what he was able to do shortly after that, pro day here, and then combine running a 4.24 at the 40. Might have been a first round pick going into that, but definitely was after that 40, and that turned everybody's heads. And when we have Coach Hudd and some of his teammates on, they can speak to kind of how, not that he didn't take it serious, but I've always heard he really bought in that last offseason. And, I think he's even told us about a heart-to-heart with Skip Holtz and everything about, what kind of player does he want to be, and what kind of NFL player does he want to be. And we saw when he bought in what happened, because he was amazing his last year here.
Yeah, he was a guest on the Greg Hudson show when Hud and I were doing his podcast here a few years ago, and that episode's still on the Pirate Radio TV YouTube site if you want to go back and listen to that. And that's when I think East Carolina was having one of their tougher seasons, and but he was really, I think that was when he was trying to really get back engaged in ECU and Greenville, and had a lot of ideas of, that was the thick of it with NIL and everything as well, but had some good stories there about about the practice and getting engaged and getting locked in. And I 1,000% agree with you, Clip. I think he was definitely on the radar to be a first-round pick, but that legendary combine definitely sprung him forward, and I'm sure the Titans are glad they got the opportunity to select him with the 24th pick.
And, like Chandler said, went on to become one of the few that has rushed for 2,000 in one season. A lot of chat gangers sending their thoughts and prayers out to CJ2K. Gabe says prayers to CJ2K. Pike, sad to hear about Chris Johnson. Jamie said same as everyone. Awful news. So young, can't imagine. Love CJ2K. Jerry says hello and says thoughts and prayers for Chris Johnson. Air Raid says prayers up to CJ2K, and Jay says sad and tragic for Chris and his family.
Now, did Chris Johnson kind of help with the nutrition table over at ECU. I think he
It's
had
like a juice bar.
Or something. I think it's named after him. So he has kind of helped out his post career at ECU. But it was definitely great to see him come to the Pirate Radio tailgate zone. Him and his former teammate Lindell White for the Tennessee Titans, which was really cool to see.
That's one of the most. I consider myself a sports guy, Tim. He walked in with Lindell White, and I was like, I recognize that guy, but I don't know who the hell it is. And I never thought it was Lindell White because Lindell White was always big, chunky, borderline chubby. And he was one of those guys, I guess, post NFL that trimmed down and slimmed down. And I did not realize it was him until afterwards, and I was so disappointed in myself. I shook his hand and everything. Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah, it's good news for you, Clip. We post NFL, you'll be able to trim down.
Maybe so. If I quit talking about it each and every day, I'll be able to get that.
Chris and Lindo were doing a podcast at the time, and that kind of that's kind of spawned the idea of he wanted to do one more centric around college athletics and more talking about ECU and some other things, and that was the conversations that we were having with him and Andre. And so anyway, definitely a lot of memories of Chris Johnson on the football field, but it will be, his battle off the field here that, everybody will certainly be following and praying for him.
We talked about it earlier. I know we definitely talked about it in the staff meeting, but he was a huge part of putting East Carolina on the map. I know when I travel around, whether that's for work, covering ECU athletics or whatever it may be, when I say I went to East Carolina, usually people are like, that's where Chris Johnson went to school, right? And it's just, that's how people know East Carolina. It's like, Chris Johnson, the guy that ran for 2,000 yards, he went there, right? Oh, yeah. So it's just, he definitely played a huge part in, kind of letting people recognize who East Carolina is.
Yeah, that's why when I did the interview with Jay Glazer to help promote his leadership luncheon speech, I think back in December, I asked because I knew that he had trained Chris Johnson, and I even threw out the question if he was an NFL Hall of Famer, obviously an ECU Hall of Famer, and he was like, I think his answer was he's in the conversation. So, obviously well respected for his professional craft, but I agree with you, Chandler. Whenever people want to know, like you're meeting people that aren't from the North Carolina area or around, or say when you say East Carolina, Chris Johnson's usually one of the top names you can drop and be like, oh yes, okay, it starts the Pirates. Yeah, that really helps. So certainly a guy that has given a lot of brand recognition for this university.
I'm going to look up and see where he is all time. I mean, I think he's in the hall of very good and right there on the fringe. Let's see where he ranks all time rushing yards. He is up there among people who aren't in the Hall of Fame. He's going to have nearly the most, 9,651 rushing yards, puts him 36th all time.
He had 1,000 yards in each of the first 6 years of his career in the NFL. So the first 6 years of his career, he was getting at least 1,000 yards. So, and I tell you what, I've been to Titans games and they love Chris Johnson up there. There's still a lot of people that wear the 28 jersey.
Yeah, and the Titans, I think, on all their social media put out like a 5 or 6 minute highlight. I mean, his runs were just, they were SportsCenter top 10 runs all the time. I mean, it was just, his burst of speed was just, I think we got a second wave of that when Keaton Mitchell was here.
Yeah.
And we've seen him when he got to the hole, it was like, man, the separation was phenomenal. And so certainly a lot of it's not hard to go find a highlight reel of CJ2K.
Most rushing touchdowns, 50-plus yards. Chris Johnson, 6th all-time, behind Adrian Peterson, Barry Sanders, Saquon Barkley, Jim Brown, and Derrick Henry. So talking about absolute legends and Hall of Famers. And, he was able to hit the home run on the football field.
Yeah. If we get to talk to Mike Keith about, calling games for Chris Johnson, he had to be on his P's and Q's, on his toes at all times, because when the ball was in Chris Johnson's hands, anything could happen. So, I still think to this day about the screen pass he caught against Carolina in 2007, that crazy game.
And I feel like he just outran his blockers.
And he was jogging. It's like he didn't even, and he's literally the last 10 yards, he skipped into the end zone. But I remember we had our seats at the 20-yard line, and as he was passing the 20-yard line, he looked like the road runner. His legs were just circles. Like, he was going so fast, but it seemed like it was effortless. It was unbelievable. He was unbelievable here at ECU and in the NFL.
Earlier today, I was just scrolling through Instagram, and it was like top 10 Chris Johnson long runs, and like 4 of them were against the Raiders. And I'm like, all right, I think I've watched enough of this.
Thank you, J-Bone.
Oh, man.
Thank you, Al Davis.
Yeah, for helping Chris.
Of course,
Johnson.
I mean, Chris Johnson made all defenses look bad. So, it just happened that with the Raiders, who probably weren't very good on defense, it was just a little bit easier for them.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. Again, we'll share more Chris Johnson memories throughout this week here on Pirate Radio Live. Ellerby? Shea, man?
Yeah, great action-packed show today. Look forward to Parker Byrd coming up later on in the show. Obviously, he finished up his
went yard.
Yeah, he went
again.
Went yard in his last at bat. He got a single, kind of a good way. You have to ask Parker if he thought about when he went yard if that was going to be his last at bat. Kind of walk out with a dinger as his last one, but he ended up getting a single for his last one. So a lot of cool stuff in store for Parker Byrd's next chapter as well, including another podcast here on Pirate Radio. He's going to continue his show here, and he's got some news he'll share with us later on in this hour. And I look forward to all the other great guests you got coming on as well.
Be interviewed by us, and then maybe soon Ron Burgundy will be talking to him out in San Diego.
San Diego.
That's exciting stuff.
Stay classy, Parker Byrd.
We'll take a break, come back. Coach Mack McCarthy joins us when we return. Pirate Radio Live on a Monday after this. Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today, and then you hear
Warren's hot dogs.
Then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for $7.50 would be awesome.
Warren's hot dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's hot dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers, or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates!
Spring is a great time to plant flowers, trees, and bushes. When planning your landscape, please keep in mind that you should never plant anything within 3 feet of a gas, electric, or water meter. The same thing applies if you have an electric transformer in your yard, except keep plants 8 feet clear of the front in case crews need access during a storm or an outage. Always remember to call 811 at least 3 business days before you dig to avoid underground lines. This important safety message is from your neighbors at Greenville Utilities.
Ready to take the road less traveled? This June, get behind the wheel of a new 2026 Subaru Outback Premium at Capital Subaru of Greenville. With $4,304 total due at signing, you can lease it now for $305 a month for 36 months. That's all happening right now at Capital Subaru of Greenville, off Memorial Drive, or online at capitalofgreenville.com. Proud official partner of the ECU Pirates. Price does not include licensing costs or registration fees. See dealer for details. Offer expires June 30th, 2026.
Vacation should be about relaxing, not wondering about what's happening back home.
With SCI Technologies, you don't have to. Your property is protected from every angle. Cameras watching, fire protection, the alerts are there before a small problem becomes a big one.
And if something does happen, you know instantly. A motion alert, a quick glance at your phone, and you're back to relaxing.
Because real security doesn't just protect your property, it protects your peace of mind. So go ahead, unplug, unwind, and enjoy the trip.
We've got the rest.
SCI Technologies, protecting what matters no matter where you are.
The NU in New Blue stands for Next Up, and with their Next Up mentality, they are staying hungry to go the extra mile just for you. Humbly learning through continuous training and a commitment to remain focused on working smart to deliver a new level of service excellence. Next Up means doing the small things right because your home deserves it. Whether it's plumbing, electrical, or HVAC issues, New Blue is next up and ready to help. Visit callnublue.com or call 252-228-5855. New Blue Service Group, redefining service excellence. Go Pirates!
Did you know Greenville has its own semi-pro soccer team? Greenville United FC is bringing exciting, high-level soccer to Eastern North Carolina with local talent. Whether you're a lifelong soccer fan or just looking for a great night out, Greenville United has a seat waiting for you 2 at John Paul II Stadium. For schedules, tickets, and more information, visit greenvilleutd.com. Greenville United FC. One region, one team, always united.
At Children's Health Services, we understand the importance of your child's well-being. This is Dr. Chris Osmick, and our mission is to provide comprehensive, patient-centered health care through every stage of child development, starting the day they are born in the hospital. We are not just here to treat illnesses. We are here to partner with you on your child's health journey. Schedule your appointment today to build a brighter, healthier world for your children.
Hey everybody, this is Parker Byrd. Visit our friends at Children's Health Services on Arlington Boulevard on 10th Street and at childrenshealthservices.org. Go Pirates.
Dank Burrito on Red Banks Road is rolling the good, combining bold global flavors with chef-driven techniques to create flavor bombs you won't find anywhere else. From their classic jerk chicken to their legendary pork belly, they're serving up fresh tacos, bowls, and burritos that defy the ordinary. Order ahead at order.dankburrito.com or download the Dank Burrito app. Join Dank Burrito Rewards today to start stacking points and earning free food with every bite. Check them out at 108 Red Banks or drop into their flagship Dank Burrito in Morehead City while you're cruising the Crystal Coast. Dank Burrito, stay hungry, stay dank.
This is Marcus Crandall, former ECU Pirate and Grey Cup champion. And you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. The Pirate Radio app is available now. Powered by Carolina Caliber. Download the app today and have Pirate Radio at your fingertips. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Looking for a place for lunch? Basil's lunch menu features signature pizzas, pastas, sandwiches, and salads starting at just $11. Eat local, drink local at Basil's, your community restaurant and pizzeria on Fire Tower Road in Greenville. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Monday. Merrick says, news regarding Chris Johnson brought back memories of my mentor, former ECU professor, Dr. Nelson Cooper, who fought a valiant fight against ALS as well. Yeah, definitely the top story, across the sports world, but also, obviously here in Greenville as well. Chris Johnson and his ALS he talked about today on Good Morning America through the help of technology. Was able to get that across. Tough to see, definitely. Going on in the sports world, on our Greenville United FC World Cup update and on the Bucks scoreboard, Brazil had to come back to beat Japan 2-1. Brazil, 2 goals in the second half. They knock off Japan. You got Germany and Paraguay coming up in about an hour in the knockout stage of the World Cup, and Canada and Brazil heading to the final 16 in the World Cup. All right, joining us on the Turner Home Team Live line, Coach Mack McCarthy, former Pirate basketball coach. Coach Mack, how you doing, sir?
I'm good. Hope y'all are.
Yes, sir. We're doing all right. Did you see the Chris Johnson interview at all with Michael Strahan earlier today?
I didn't. I read about it, but I have not seen it. I had an early morning appointment, and I've been busy since. But I am definitely intrigued and want to see it.
Yeah, it's just crazy how a top shape athlete can be confined to a wheelchair like that. But man, I don't know. I'm trying to find the words because we're going to talk about it quite a bit this week. But it is certainly tough to see and tough to talk about. But Coach Mack, you never know, right?
Cruel. I think that's the word.
Yeah.
Very, very difficult.
Well, Mac, we'll talk some sports, and unfortunately, not a lot going on now is interesting you in sports. So outside of, NASCAR. So I guess we'll start there. Jarrett, Mac, what do I need to know about the NASCAR this weekend?
It was road course. Shane Van Gisbergen won.
So they went back-to-back road courses?
Well, what was a street course? So, I didn't like it. I didn't really watch any of it yesterday.
So Shane, SVG wins?
Yeah, and I don't know. We could have got good value on him too yesterday. He was like minus 120, and I was like, you know what? I'm liking Ty Gibbs today, and he was good. He ran well, but should have just went with the favorite.
Yeah, Mac. Did you watch it yesterday?
I watched every single second. And
did you hate watch it?
Actually, I'm sorry.
Did you hate watch it, or did you enjoy what you watched?
I'm okay with the originals.
Okay.
Watkins Glen, I'm good with. I don't want the gimmick, and I'm glad it's the last one of the year. But it is really intriguing. It comes down to gas mileage and an untimely caution. And yesterday's race was mostly uneventful, but there was a lot of drama too. Ty Gibbs had the best car, but he went for points in both stages. And if you don't flip the stage, you get put behind everybody who does flip the stage. So he had to come from 20th, and he came all the way back to either second or third, but he had the fastest car. Now, whether he could have gotten past SVG, I don't know about that. Briscoe made it close at the end. He got within, a couple tenths and got to his bumper during the last couple laps. And then you had the drama going on between the 2 points leaders. Vickers had a power steering issue.
Reddick
finishes dead last. I mean, yeah, Reddick.
He does that every week.
I know.
Every week I do it. And Hamlin got caught up in a wreck when Hocevar ran over him, although Hocevar had a little help from Keselowski too. But Hocevar doing Hocevar things, and Hamlin taking it that way. But Hamlin had a chance to have he took the lead in points, but he could have had a sizable lead, in the chase for the regular season championship, had it not been for his wreck. So there was quite a bit of drama going on, despite the fact that it was a road course and the best road course racer was going to win.
Mac, are you just like constantly watching Brian Vickers videos? Like, I mean, he was not that great, and he's just always on your mind.
Oh, but he looks a little bit like him, and it just comes across. I have no idea where that comes from.
I hadn't thought about Brian Vickers since I was like 9, and then like Mac's been on a tear these last couple weeks.
I said this last week, I like the next 3. I don't know about track. Y'all can speak to that. But just Sunday night races in the summer. I enjoy Chicago coming up Sunday, 6 o'clock. Atlanta the following week, 7. And then North Wilkesboro at 7 o'clock on July 19th. So how about these next 3 weeks? You into that?
I'm totally. Chicago, I really liked, and it's going to be very interesting because they haven't raced there in a while, and that track is probably weathered up quite a bit. I imagine tire wear will be an issue, and that makes Hamlin automatically the favorite again. And then, of course, Atlanta, I hate what they've done to it, but it has produced the most exciting racing. And North Wilkesboro, speaks for itself, going back to the roots and that kind of thing. And a side note from yesterday is they didn't have a huge crowd there, although it's hard to estimate the crowd because you don't want to sit in the bleachers that they have there because you only see one turn and the start-finish line. So there may have been a bigger crowd, but they had sold out 6 races in a row. They hadn't done that since the 90s, I don't think. Until yesterday's crowd, I don't think was a sellout.
Mac McCarthy joining us, Turner Home Team Live Line. Jared Watkins here on a Monday. Jared, remind us again of your life bet with Sorsby, Brendan Sorsby. It was
I bet my life that Brendan Sorsby will be a better NFL quarterback than Ty Simpson.
Now, you got some good news. You got some bad news last week. He's unable to play in the CFL. He's basically unable to play anywhere this year. But some good news over the weekend. Now, I don't know what they're doing to even determine this, but I saw where Stetson Bennett might have a leg up on Ty Simpson for the backup spot with the Rams.
I saw that. I think Sean McVay said that nobody's really breaking away for that backup quarterback spot, and they're kind of sitting in peril with Jimmy Garoppolo probably about to retire. And I mean, if you can't beat out Stetson Bennett, man, like I get he's a like Ty Simpson's a rookie. It's a complicated system. It's going to take a while to get your legs underneath you. But from what I'm hearing in Vegas, like Fernando Mendoza is like miles ahead of what they expected him to be right now. And you can't beat out Stetson Bennett. The only memorable thing about Stetson Bennett is him drunk on Good Morning America the day after he won the national championship. Nothing good comes on the football field from Stetson Bennett.
Mac, I don't know if the news was out yet that Sorsby would be unable to. Was he even trying for the CFL, or did the CFL just go ahead and make
he was
a statement?
denied from the supplemental draft, and everybody's like, "Well, hey, go try out the CFL. They're in season." And they went ahead and said, "No, we're good."
They said no. So, what's your thoughts on Sorsby just long term, Mac? Now that he's going to have to sit out a year, how much will teams be interested in him? I mean, there's going to be like 8 shiny new toys at the quarterback position by the time he's eligible to join a team.
Yeah, and before I do Sorsby, just a minute. I'm not a fan whatsoever, but he does have 2 national championship trophies on that bookshelf.
Mac, we could have won with that Georgia defense, man.
No, we wouldn't. No, but I do understand your point. But you do have to give him a little bit of credit. But I'm not a fan either. Sorsby is interesting because both the NFL and the CFL took shots at him, and you wonder that although the NFL said you're eligible for the 27 draft. They went ahead and said that. They didn't say, we're never going to consider letting you in the league. But the CFL went after him pretty hard too, and talking about the integrity of their games, and they don't want that in question and that kind of thing. So I don't know why, guys. I don't know if he ever gets a chance or not.
That would be crazy if they, make an example of him as far as gambling and integrity and all that.
Yeah, and that could be a possibility, but I don't think him sitting out a year is going to affect his draft stock at all. I think you have guys like Dante Moore who could play themselves out of a top spot in the draft. And, I mean, different circumstances, but Jamar Chase didn't play his last season of college football. He forewent his senior season to train. So, I mean, we've seen guys just not play and wait.
How about Arch? Will he play his way? Go ahead, Matt.
On Sorsby, one thing popped up today, and I wish I had gotten the name of the organization, but somebody has been doing a documentary since the 1st of January on Texas Tech football.
Oh.
And obviously it was headed in one direction and will probably take off in another direction, but you got to think that they'll go deep diving into the Sorsby thing and all the decision making there on campus that went into defending him and trying to get the best outcome probably for them, but also that happened to coincide with what was good for them also. I'm really interested to see if this thing it's supposed to come out in July sometime. They said before football season starts at all.
So interesting.
This will come out. This isn't going to end up being like the Bill Belichick UNC documentary that they just gave the kibosh, right?
No, it sounds like this one is pretty well into the finishing stages.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. Mac McCarthy joining us, Turner Home Team Lifeline. Last year, I was basically in a verbal altercation with Mike Mullis, so I had to stick to my guns and say Arch Manning was the real deal, and that did not go well. Great running quarterback, that Arch Manning, but can he throw? What do you think, Mac? Does he play himself back into like the top 5, top pick discussions this year?
Well, there are no more excuses. There's no more, he hadn't really been the guy. 8 of his teammates on offense are first-year players, too, like they were last year. There are no more excuses. If he doesn't play at an elite Heisman level from the get-go, then he's going to be subject to all the criticism. I guess the biggest Arch news was that when they play Tennessee, Peyton is going to be pulling for Arch. When that makes national news, it's a slow week.
I think we'll know pretty early on what kind of Arch we're going to get because they play Ohio State in Austin
week 2.
Week 2, yeah. So we won't have to wait long.
And week 4 at Tennessee, and then week 6 against Oklahoma, they're going to have 3 really big tests in the first 5 games.
He did play really well against Oklahoma last year.
Who did he throw up the dud against early in the year?
Week in week 1.
That was Ohio State.
He didn't play well against San Jose State or UTEP.
That's true. I was thinking Ohio State. That was the first week.
Yeah.
And of course, I mean, they had a all-world defense, but then he kind of struggled against some other teams as well. Other gambling news today. Former NBA players Malik Beasley and Ed Davis and an NBA agent among 6 defendants indicted Monday on charges related to an alleged sports gambling scheme. And I saw some text messages here. I guess, although it looked like they were betting on Beasley to have an over in the game instead of but I don't know. But they were talking about how he knocked over one of his teammates to get a rebound.
Pat Connaughton, who the Hornets, I believe, picked up Pat Connaughton's option today.
So, Mac, I mean, you want your guy going all out for a rebound. I don't see the bad part of this. knock it over a teammate.
There was one, I think it was from the bubble, where Malik Beasley, like, it's free throws at the end of the game. Pistons are down 10. And Malik Beasley just throws elbows to get the rebound off the free throw, jets it down the court with 4 seconds left, and lays it in with 0.4 to cash an over. And it's like, brother, be a little bit more subtle about it.
I really thought, because I heard about this gambling in sports, when it all became legal, I thought now that it was legal, there would be less of this. And maybe it's the same amount, it's just easier to track.
Yeah, because, I mean, who do we talk to? They have these hot spots. And
right.
I mean, you have to put in your social security number. Like, this isn't just, hey, I can put a fake name and a random email in.
And if people are randomly betting hundreds of thousands of dollars on Malik Beasley over 3.5 rebounds.
Well, it's like Javante Porter for the Raptors, a guy who was on a little two-way contract, and there's like $900,000 against his under in points. It's like, who even knows about Javante Porter?
Mac, did you Chris Herron, does that name ring a bell, Mac? Was he Fresno State? I think he was with Tark maybe, but I think he got in trouble for gambling. And there's been some stories in college basketball throughout the years, but did you ever preseason talk to your team, or was it something you didn't acknowledge because you didn't want to put it in their heads, or how did you handle that when you were coaching?
Oh no, it was a big deal. In the SEC, it was huge. And when I was at Auburn, this is 80s. Birmingham was the second biggest bookmaking city in America. So it was a huge deal for the SEC. They had, I wish I could tell you his name real quick. They had a former FBI agent. He was actually in the theater when they arrested Oswald. This guy was like a legendary guy.
Wow.
And he would come and he would scare the living hell out of everybody. He would come in and talk about all the possibilities and who might contact him, what they might ask him to do, and he had all the goods. And he tried to put the fear of God in every team, mainly football and basketball. But that was his job full time to track that, to visit with campuses, and to try to educate the players on the dangers of that. It was a huge deal back then. And then,
how about when you got ECU in the 2000s? Was it still a topic?
Not as much. Although we did have someone speak to the team about it every single year.
Gotcha. Yeah. Just wondering how prevalent it is or was, or again, some of those guys probably aren't even thinking about it and don't think about it until somebody tells them about it. They're like, huh, that's interesting.
What was it, Boston College?
Well, we had more recently Boston College, and of course you had during the heyday you had Tulane back. You've had a lot. of St. John's had some issues. There have been a bunch of. There are a couple 30 for 30s on there.
Well, Chris Herron, I think, had one of the 30 for 30s, I believe. But I remember him from back in the day.
Paul Crew
was asked to throw the game, right?
Yeah, I think he did. He was with the Steelers.
Oh, I mean, I thought he was. Was he asked to throw the game, the prison game, as well?
Yeah, but he everybody was afraid because he threw that game for the Steelers, and then he almost did for the Meme Machine.
That was a documentary, right?
Yeah, Adam Sandler, I think.
Adam Sandler, talking about Burt Reynolds, man.
I'm younger.
Okay. I haven't even seen. I've seen the first one. Why do I need to see the new one?
I watched it on a plane when I covered the Temple game. That was a fun time.
Good football movie. Mac, what did you and the coaching community think about Blue Chips when that came out with Nick Nolte?
Oh, we were surprised that they got it as accurately as
the guy wanted a tractor. Well, how surprised were you that Bob Knight agreed to be in the movie?
Yeah, that might have been a bigger surprise. Knight had a pretty clean reputation, but they certainly had some people at the university, at Indiana University, that were not opposed to doing some favors, because I had a couple Indiana transfers along the way, and their cars were already paid for.
That's good. Yeah. So you didn't have to worry about that at all. Mack McCarthy joining us, Turner Home Team Live Line. Mack, we'll wrap it up this segment with you. What you watching? Anything good?
Well, we talked about I'll Find You. We talked about the Hogan thing, which was unbelievable. So I'll give you an A for that recommendation, despite the fact that I'd read the book and was intrigued already. And I will say this: it was never is the video, the movie or series as good as the book. This came pretty close. It came pretty darn close. I will say we binged in one night season 2 of The Agency. It is outstanding.
Okay. I don't think I've seen any of that, so I need to check that out.
That's Michael Fassbender, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Agency. I watched some movies over the weekend, so I'm going to wait to talk to about that next segment with Jarrett. He's our movie guy.
Okay, good.
You got any summer movie recommendations for Coach Mack?
I mean, the new Minions comes out. Mac seems like a Minions fan.
Hey, but for real, okay, a little bit of a spoiler. Sheep Detective.
Oh, that is phenomenal.
You should watch that, Mac.
Sheep Detective?
Yeah.
It's like Babe meets Knives Out.
I saw somebody say this should be a child's first murder mystery movie.
Yeah.
And I would totally agree with that.
I mean, it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't insult your intelligence. It doesn't hold your hand. It's very, hey, pay attention.
Yeah. It's but yeah, I think I don't know if I want to risk this being my next recommendation to Mac.
It'll be mine.
Okay, this is Jarrett's recommendation. Watch Sheep Detectives, starring Hugh Jackman.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus is one of the sheep.
Yes, Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Bryan Cranston.
It's got a good cast.
That's big names, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Maxter, thanks for joining us, man. We are off next Monday. So if something big that, concerns what we talk about each week happens, we'll talk to you maybe next Wednesday. But if not, we'll give you the week off and reconvene in a couple of weeks here.
Don't hesitate. I miss this one you talked about it insulting your intelligence. That's what I come on this show for.
Well, I don't know about that, but Mac, thank you, sir. Have a good 4th.
Thank you, guys. Talk to you. Bye.
All right, there he is, the coach, Mack McCarthy, joining us on the Turner Home Team Live Line. Jamie said Coach Knight was a great actor. Have you seen Blue Chips? Oh, J-Bone. Let's see what Rotten Tomatoes gave Blue Chips. It's one of those, I wonder if it holds up now, but it's got Shaquille O'Neal. It's got, was Penny in it? Yeah, Penny Hardaway. It's about, and Nick Nolte. You like Nick Nolte, right? He's the head coach of Western. They're like the Western Dolphins or something. Did I get that right?
I mean, I've heard about it. It's on the
41% Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, it's on the list.
Yeah,
we'll get to it at some point.
Maybe when basketball season rolls around again. Well, Neon DeBow is the name of
Luigi?
No, Neon DeBow.
Father of Luigi.
We'll take a break, come back. I watched 2 1/4 movies over the weekend. I'll review those. We'll see if Jarrett has any new movie reviews as well when we wrap up hour number 1 of Pirate Radio Live after this.
UBE and Pireware.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory of ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking in downtown Greenville. Visit them online at Pirateware.com. Go Pirates!
Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry has been Greenville's premier dental practice for over 40 years. I am Dr. Chris Gateway, and our mission at Michaels & Gateway is to provide exceptional dental care with compassion, integrity, and innovation, ensuring every patient leaves with a healthy, confident smile. Doctors Michaels & Gateway are committed to providing an outstanding patient experience with every visit. Not only do we offer all your dental needs under one roof, in most cases, we can take care of those needs on the same day. Bring your smile to us at Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates in ENC. Open at noon 7 days a week with live music. Come enjoy sports trivia with me, Clip Rock, every Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday, it's live local acoustic night, along with line dancing from 7 to 9 on Wednesday. Thursday, there's a brand new lineup with Singo starting at 8, followed by karaoke with DJ Dog. Ladies and free both Friday and Saturday nights with the best local bands in the area. Finish the weekend with free games and DJ Kids Scene.
Y'all come get bugged up.
Listen up, friends. Operation Pizza is a go at Papa John's. They're introducing new personal pizzas just in time to celebrate the premiere of Disney and Pixar's Toy Story 5. These adventure-sized pies come in new exciting flavors like Sheriff's Roundup, Space Ranger Roni, and Reach for the Pie, and specialty Rootin' Tootin' Ranch Dippin' Sauce. Or take your personal pizza to infinity and beyond by creating your own flavor just for you. Order 2 or more with Papa pairings and get yours for only $6.99 each. See Disney and Pixar's Toy Story 5 in theaters June 19th. Rated PG.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is closer than you think, right outside your front door. With service from American Airlines, you're now connected to destinations around the world, all from PGV. Skip the long lines. Avoid the congestion of larger airports. Fly local and enjoy a faster, easier travel experience. Whether it's business or your next getaway, Pitt Greenville Airport gets you there with ease. Start your journey today at flypgv.com or AA.com. Pitt Greenville Airport. Fast, convenient, and close to home, where the pirates fly.
When it comes to protecting your home, don't gamble with just any roofer. Trust the pros at the Boone Group Roofing. Locally owned by Toot Boone, they've been serving all of Eastern North Carolina with honest, high-quality roofing you can count on. They offer no money down, and every job is backed by a 5-year workmanship warranty because your roof should be done right the first time. Don't wait. Call today at 252-714-0021. For a roof that's built to last and service you can trust, the Boone Group Roofing is on top of their game. The Toot Boone Boogie!
In Beaufort County, success is built together. The Washington-Beaufort County Chamber of Commerce connects leaders, supports local businesses, and helps our community thrive. From networking to community events, the Chamber is building a stronger Beaufort County every day. Get involved, grow your network, and help shape the future of beautiful Washington.
For more information on the Washington-Beaufort County Chamber of Commerce, including future events and membership, visit wbcchamber.com.
Cuccinella's has been serving up handcrafted pizzas with their family recipe since 1932. If you're in the mood for something different, explore the brand new pastas like the chicken parm, chicken alfredo, or penne marinara. Cuccinella's also has salads, grinders, and house-made Italian ice and Italian ice lemonades. Greenville's hometown pizzeria is Cuccinella's. 2 locations with pickup or delivery, and ready for your order now at Cuccinellas.com. Go Pirates!
This is Clip Rock, host of PRL, every weekday at 3, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. The Pirate Radio app is available now. Powered by Carolina Caliber. Download the app today and have Pirate Radio at your fingertips. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Greenville Utilities Neighbor to Neighbor program provides help for those who need temporary assistance with their utility costs, and you can make a difference. Your tax-deductible donation can be added to your GUC bill each month, or you can make a one-time donation. GUC matches all donations up to $20,000 each year. Consider helping a neighbor with GUC's Neighbor to Neighbor program. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. We got Brian Bailey, got Cornell Powell, Byrd, Parker Byrd, still set to join us, Coach Hood, Rich Shea. So we are packed here on a Monday. We'll try to fit it all in. Also, Pirates and the Pros. We'll wrap up this hour with quick movie reviews. And Jarrett, I saw 2.25 movies over the weekend.
Yeah.
First Saturday night, I started Have Fun, Don't.
Good luck, have fun, don't die.
Good luck, have fun, don't die. And it was pretty late. And I loved the opening scene with, what's his name?
Sam Rockwell.
Sam. In the diner.
Mm-hmm.
And he's telling people that they need to go with him. The world's going to end or something. All
good
that
little
stuff.
monologue.
And really enjoyed that. You didn't tell me I had two of my celebrity crushes in this film. Before Olivia Dean, the girl from White Lotus season 2, and the girl from Ted Lasso.
Okay.
Both celebrity crushes of mine. Good cast. So then it started going, I guess, with the side stories or whatever.
Oh, yeah, how they got to the restaurant.
Yeah. And it was kind of late, and I just kind of lost interest.
Yeah.
Should I go back to it?
I liked it. It's anti-AI. Always down for a movie like that. Obviously, you're not going to hit the top with like Terminator 2 or anything, but it was a fun time.
Okay.
Kind of confusing. It has its flaws.
Yeah.
Out of 27 new releases, it's 14th on my list this year.
Right there, snugging in the middle.
But I've seen, like, it was top 10 like 2 weeks ago, but I've seen so many new movies that it's creeped down the list.
All right. I might go back to it. There were parts that I liked. There were parts that I found interesting, but just wasn't into it at the time. Sunday, was waiting for the girls to arrive back home and watched Sheep Detectives. Wish I probably should have waited and watched it with Lily.
Yeah.
But yeah, huge fan.
Great.
A really good movie. I love it all. The way the shepherd connected with his sheep, the way he would read them murder mystery novels, which then he would leave and the sheep would talk to one another. And I mean, what we talked about
the way it like attacked death for a kids movie.
Yeah.
Is like, because I didn't expect there to be, I mean, obviously Hugh Jackman dying, that's a main part of the story. You don't really see it, but one of the sheep, they die. And it's like, they really put that in there.
And you kind of learn what death is.
Yeah.
And to keep the memory alive.
Mm-hmm.
But that was really good. I enjoyed that. And then I think it was because I watched it on Prime, and then one of the next recommendations was Superman.
Yeah.
And I've got to be in a mood to watch a superhero movie, but I was like, you know what? Well, whatever. Well, let's watch Superman. And I thought it was like kind of cheesy and corny, and there were funny parts.
That's James Gunn. Yeah.
But I thought it was good. Like, I liked it.
Yeah.
I was entertained by it.
I haven't gone back to it, but I remember being in the theater and it's like, this was good.
Yeah.
I liked it, but I just don't care. I don't care that it was good. I don't care that I liked it. You know, it's just one of those things. It's like,
I'm not going to see it again.
8 out of 10, but I'll never go back to it.
I don't need to see it again, but I would say it was a fun movie.
Yeah.
It was a fun superhero movie. All right. Did you see anything?
I watched like 5 movies just because there's nothing to watch. Like Friday, we were sitting in the garage and it's like Dukes of Hazzard movie back from like 2004 was on IFC. It's like, hey, we'll turn it on, have it in the background. But 2, I want to talk about The Good Son and Pacific Heights. The Good Son. I love Macaulay Culkin holiday movie, Uncle Buck, Home Alone 2. Some of my favorite movies ever. Like, take away the holidays. The Good Son, good Zach. But man, I can't
think about this coming out. And Macaulay Culkin was America's child.
They had cast another kid in this movie, and Kit Culkin, Macaulay's father, said, no, you're going to pause this so we can finish Home Alone 2 because he wants to do this movie. It's like, does he want to do it or do you want him to do it?
Yeah.
And then Pacific Heights, I didn't really like it, but good Maggle Keaton performance, man.
Maggle. All right. How many bones did
The Good Son
get? Probably not 150, right?
No, 40 out of 100.
Okay.
So let's see here. 206 divided by 100.
Gotta do the math.
Fantastic Four. 82.4.
82.4 bones for J Bone. But it was a shocker and still is.
Yeah.
We'll take a break, come back. BB, Brian Bailey joins us to start hour 2 after these words.
The crack of the bat. the crowd roars. Baseball is back in Kinston's historic Granger Stadium. Come cheer on your Down East Bird Dogs.
The Bird Dogs return to action this Independence Day weekend against the New Jersey Jackals. Don't miss the fireworks Saturday night after the game. Find your tickets at downeastbirddogs.com.
We've got the bases covered when it comes to having fun. Watch the Down East Bird Dogs play.
College is hectic, but where you live shouldn't be. At Pirates Cove, you get your own quiet space and private bathroom. With 2 pools, a fitness center, EV chargers, the only student property with a new soccer mini pitch field, a business room for focus, and a quick ride to campus. No dorms, no drama, just the lifestyle you're looking for. Pirates Cove isn't just where you stay, it's where you live.
Looking for friendly service and hometown convenience? Make it Country Mart in Pitt County. With 2 great locations already serving our community, Country Mart is your one-stop shop for fresh hot food, cold drinks, snacks, fuel, and everyday essentials, all with the fast, friendly service you can count on. And we're growing. A brand new location is coming soon on Highway 11 right across from Aiken Crifton High School. From breakfast biscuits to afternoon pick-me-ups and the best fuel prices in town, Country Mart keeps Pitt County moving. Country Mart, local, convenient, and always friendly.
Hey Pirate Nation, Frank Etheridge here with First Flight Credit Union. Ready to save money on your current automobile loan? Right now our road to savings couldn't be faster. At First Flight we're making borrowing easy with our limited time auto refinance promotion. Apply today at one of our branches located in Greenville, Newbern, Havelock, Morehead City, and Cary to see how one of our experienced lenders can beat your current auto loan rate by 0.5%. All local residents are membership eligible. Terms and conditions do apply. First Flight is insured by the NCUA and an equal housing lender. Go Pirates.
Close your eyes and picture this. Sizzling fajitas hitting the table, fresh seafood bursting with flavor, and a handcrafted margarita waiting in your hand. That's the experience waiting for you at La Tavara Mexican Kitchen and Seafood on 10th Street in Greenville. From brunch with friends to a quick lunch break, La Tavara brings the taste of the coast and the heart of Mexico together in every bite. So when you're hungry for something fresh and unforgettable, make it La Tavara Mexican Kitchen and Seafood, 10th Street in Greenville, or online at latavara.restaurant.com.
Sun's out, guns out in Pirate Nation. It's Lindsay Gray with Carolina Caliber. Things are already heating up with Springfield Armory's hottest deal yet. Buy a model 2020 rifle and get a free XDM Elite 10mm pistol. Celebrate Dad with Savage Arms. Buy any Axis rifle and get $75 back. From home defense and concealed carry to shooting sports gear, plus store-wide markdowns and factory promotions, you can't beat this heat. Shop online or visit Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville. It's a time-honored tradition.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Warm up with savings at the Beaufort Hotel. Plan your escape and save up to 20% off. The premier vacation destination on the Crystal Coast is nestled on 10 acres and overlooks the Rachel Carson Reserve, home to 30 wild horses. Discover why Beaufort was named the best small town for adventure by USA Today when you stay at the Beaufort Hotel, where your Outer Banks adventure begins. Visit BeaufortHotelNC.com or call 252-728-3000.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. The Pirate Radio app is available now. Powered by Carolina Caliber. Download the app today and have Pirate Radio at your fingertips. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where all the locals go for Mexican food and fun. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's for the Gulf of Mexico every Tuesday. It's a huge 38-ounce lime margarita. Mexican imports are only $3.49 on Wednesdays, and it's half-price margaritas on Thursdays. Thursdays. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, back with you. Hour 2, Pirate Radio Live here on a Monday. Still a lot of guests to get to, including Coach Hud. Talk about CJ2K. Also, Parker Byrd is recording a podcast. He'll join us coming up later on in the program. We've got Shea, Cornell, Powell. We'll get to it all, try to get to it all. Right now, we'll get to Brian Bailey, the Hall of Famer, who joins us on the Turner Home Team Live line. BB, how you doing, man?
Not too bad. How are you?
I'm doing all right. And, of course, talking about the bad, sad news of the day, Chris Johnson diagnosed with ALS, and talked about it today with Michael Strahan on Good Morning America. And, man, you've, with your relationship with Coach LeClaire and the family and Mustache March, and not that you need a reason to know why you're doing all that stuff you're doing in the month of March and during the baseball season, and really all year long, Bailey, but here's a sad reminder of it right here.
Yeah, it really that was really tough to watch, and you kind of got the feeling over the weekend that it was something going to be medically involved when they were running the commercials with Strahan and saying he was going to interview Chris Johnson, and I think there was some rumors going around anyway on Twitter and stuff that it was ALS, but until you see it, and it was just really disheartening. It's really tough to watch. I mean, you see a guy who just had the world by the tail at East Carolina and with the Tennessee Titans, and just had a great NFL 10-year career. CJ2K, just that magical year in 2009 when he rushed for over 2,000 yards. And it just, to see him sitting there and he can't really communicate. He uses the eye gaze machine to have his interview, and it just really, really tough. You feel for his family. He's got young children, and obviously, they got their shock last year when he was diagnosed, and it kind of kept it under wraps, and now the whole world's in shock.
Yeah. And Bailey, you've been, helping out with raising money for research for years and years at this point. And, you still heard Chris Johnson today talking about some trials and trying new things and doing whatever he can to extend his life, and hopefully it's come some ways, Bailey, but still needs to go a long way when it comes to figuring this thing out, if it's possible to figure out.
Yeah, and that's the frustrating thing, I think, for the people involved, that they work and raise all this money, and they get closer and closer, and one of their themes, I think, at the ALS United is we're going to find a cure. It's going to happen. We're going to break through with it, and hopefully they can, because it's so, it's so disheartening to see, a guy like that who was, so athletic, and just you think back to all of the players we've had a chance to see through the years, just at East Carolina, and the magic that they brought to us. But Chris Johnson brought it on a different level. I remember early in his career, he suffered from cramps a lot and had some problems there. And then he just vaulted out. And I knew he was fast, but I didn't quite realize the speed involved until he went to the combines. And then, it just kind of took off from there, just how fast he was. And then what he did with the Titans, it was really unbelievable.
Showed signs early in his career. I think he had a long one as a freshman against West Virginia, against Wake Forest, if I'm not mistaken. But really, put it all together his final year, and there was talk of him really kind of buying in that last year. And how about his final year here, Bailey, at over 1,400 rushing yards, 17 rushing touchdowns, added 528 receiving yards and 6 touchdowns. So he's about near 2,000 with 23 touchdowns at that point. And then he, in the NFL did have a 2,000-yard rushing year. But to see him, his final season here, with this a really good defense, and then Chris Johnson kind of doing everything on offense, it was special to watch.
And it was in the Hawaii Bowl. I'll never forget it. We were standing in the Hawaii Bowl. Meador was there. Weaver was there. A couple other guys, and I put the big hanker on them. I walked by them and I said, fellas, this is about to be the end of a just perfect week. And about that time, Chris Johnson fumbled. The only time he had a fumble all season long. Boise State picked it up, ran it back for a touchdown. and tied the game. It looked like we were going to go to overtime, and the Pirates rallied, and they got the Ben Hartman field goal. But what CJ did in that bowl game, 408 all-purpose yards, 28 carries, 223 yards. He had 32 yards with 3 catches out of the backfield, 153 yards on 6 kickoff returns. Man, he was just incredible. Some of those highlights are just magical to watch as well. And the Pirates, ended up winning that game 41-38, upsetting Boise State. That was something else in Hawaii.
No doubt. Brian Bailey joining us, Turner Home Team Live Line. BB, you've been babysitting, grand babysitting a lot, and lugging kids around to camp. What else you been up to? Anything sports wise?
That's about it. The last couple of weeks. 2 weeks ago, I had Kinsley 7. That's Rhino's little girl, and then Lucas 6. That's Caitlin's little boy. He had football camp. She had soccer camp. And then this past week, Luke stayed with me again. He had baseball camp, and he loved both of them. I mean, they do such a great job over there. I mean, Blake Harrell was out there every day, walking around, seeing the kids, talking to them and everything, and the coaching staff. And it just really was neat to watch that. And the baseball staff, Parker Byrd was Luke's coach. And I know Luke drove him absolutely crazy, but I enjoyed watching it, and it was really fun, really a lot of fun watching the kids with the camp.
Last week we talked a lot because Kurt Benkert last weekend posted something about how he still loved ECU football and appreciated his time, and we talked a lot last week about the butterfly effect of his injury, and then a 5-7 2015 Ruff gets fired, and leads to another wrinkle to that. We'll hear from Cornell Powell, and he had said this on Pirate Radio years ago when I talked to him, but he reiterated it today. He said if, Lincoln Riley didn't go to Oklahoma, and if Ruffin McNeil would have stayed at ECU, he would have been a Pirate. And that kind of hurts to hear, Bailey, but he ends up going to Clemson. We talked about why he ended up staying at Clemson, because had an opportunity as a grad student to transfer back here to ECU. But I talked about how the relationships, meant something to him there, and he was loyal to his coaching staff and to his teammates, and stuck it out and had that awesome career at Clemson. But just another little wrinkle there from the Benkert injury that leads to the Ruff firing had us not getting Cornell Powell services at East Carolina.
Yeah, I remember covering Cornell Powell when he signed, and all the orange and everything, and how excited he was, and just a great kid, and I really, became friends with him over the years, and just a really, really good guy. And I'd heard that story before, but that's, somebody ought to call Jeff Comfer and tell him that story. Knucklehead.
That's a tough one, man. That's a tough one to hear. And he won Sportsman of the Year in the UFL for what he did off the field, and he'll have a camp coming up in July 11th. It's a free camp. So, yeah, it's awesome what he does here in Greenville, Bailey.
It really is. Yeah, I've covered that camp a couple of times, and he gets a big crowd out for that camp. One year, he had a camp at Rose, and Holton Ahlers had a camp. I think it was the same day at Conley, and they both had just huge groups, and it was hot. I remember it was really, really hot. But I know Cornell's had his last several years, and every year he gets a big crowd.
BB, we're previewing football opponents, and if we don't hit one this week, we'll pick that up next week. But we've knocked out a few to this point. Rice, App State, which, by the way, those were both 5-win teams that went to bowl games last year. And then we also talked ODU, who had. What do you think about the Monarchs coming off a 10-win season, Bailey? I know that they lost a lot, and then you see these kind of one-off good seasons when everything comes together. How tough is that going to be for an Old Dominion to repeat this year? Ricky Ronnie coming off his best year as head coach.
Yeah, I talked to some folks from up there, and they seem to think that they lost a whole lot, and they're not sure exactly how good the Monarchs will be this year. But, historically, Old Dominion has given Virginia Tech fits, and I think Virginia Tech canceled some games with them over some of that. And I've always said that, Old Dominion gave East Carolina fits in a couple of games. I think Shane Carden and company had to
Taylor Heineke at quarterback for ODU.
Taylor Heineke, remember he came down for that. I think Old Dominion's due against East Carolina, but it's not this year.
Yeah, no doubt. Very intriguing non-conference schedule for the Pirates, and then somewhat challenging. They're avoiding some of the best teams. And I was asked last week what the perception of ECU, where kind of 8 wins is the floor, or 7 wins would be the floor, 8 would be all right, good year, and anything above that you could look at as a really good year. But I was asked last week, is that due to what the Pirates have or due to the schedule they're playing? And certainly the answer is a little bit of both, but it does look like a winnable schedule, once you get beyond Alabama, because I don't know. It's tough to say, right, Bailey, who is going to be the top dog in the American.
Yeah, and with the way the portal works and NILs work, and it's really tough, and especially now with all the coaching changes in the American.
Yeah,
I mean that's going to come into play with some of those teams. Some of those teams just aren't going to adapt right away. They may be good down the road, but it's going to take them a year or two with a new coach.
Speaking of coaching changes, I read this, and I read it on Pirate Radio, so I'm going to assume it's true. But it was an article posted. The longest tenured manager in the National League East is Clayton McCullough with the Marlins.
I saw that.
That is
I chuckled. I was like, "You got to be kidding!"
The old veteran.
Yeah, the old vet. Man.
And they're 44-40, playing pretty good. Braves are in a tailspin, by the way. Phillies are only 3 games back. I'm glad I talked junk early in the year.
There go White Sox put up 22 the other night, man.
I know. The White Sox are the best team in Chicago.
No, Cubs were 6-1 last week.
I know. Cubbies are they are 8 games over 500 themselves. So all our teams winning right now, but I'm starting to worry about the Braves. But yeah, Clayton McCullough being the longest tenured manager. That's insane. All right, BB. Anything else going on? What you got Zach Kaplan doing this week?
He's off the next couple of days because I've been off so much. So I think I'll see him again on Wednesday. And then I got a couple more days off after that. So I don't know what he's going to be up to. But I had a chance to see the Yard Gnomes pitch play the other day, and saw Wallen pitch for them. The former Rose Star was at North Carolina, and I think he's in the portal. I'm pretty sure he's in the portal. But man, he throws that ball hard now. He can throw it if he can find the strike zone. I mean, he was fun to watch the other night.
That's kind of interesting too. You got guys that are in the portal actively playing baseball, so teams will be checking out some of these summer league stats with the Gnomes and otherwise.
Yeah.
All right, BB. Well, we will be off next Monday, so we'll talk. We'll catch up with you in a couple weeks, man.
Sounds good. Take care.
Appreciate you. There is Brian Bailey joining us on the Turner Home Team Live Line. Let's take a break. We'll come back and we'll hit our Cornell Powell interview, and we talk about his season. Also, everything he's accomplished, the camp coming up, and more. His thoughts on CJ2K as well. Back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Monday after this.
Is your car making strange noises? Or that check engine light still won't go away? At Bell's Fork Truck and Auto Service in Greenville, we take the stress out of car care, from quick oil changes to full service repairs. And diesel truck service too. Our certified technicians deliver high quality work without the high dealership prices. No guesswork, no pressure. Just honest, dependable service to get you back on the road with confidence. Don't let a small issue turn into a costly repair. Stop by today or schedule your service now. Bell's Fork Truck and Auto Service, keeping Greenville moving.
If you're hungry for a great steak with honest-to-goodness flavor, head over to Larry's Steakhouse, open Monday through Saturday at 11 a.m., serving up hand-cut, aged ribeyes, tender grilled salmon, bold grilled shrimp, and juicy grilled pork chops, all right off the flame. Pile your plate high with a 25-item salad bar. Try one of our hearty daily lunch specials. Larry's Steakhouse, good food, good folks, and a good time. Located at 2800 East 10th Street across from the old Highway Patrol Station. Call 751-6510 for takeout and reservations. Larry's Steakhouse.
Sun's out, guns out in Pirate Nation. It's Lindsey Gray with Carolina Caliber. Things are already heating up with Springfield Armory's hottest deal yet. Buy a model 2020 rifle and get a free XDM Elite 10mm pistol. Celebrate Dad with Savage Arms. Buy any Axis rifle and get $75 back. From home defense and concealed carry to shooting sports gear, plus store-wide markdowns and factory promotions, you can't beat this heat. Shop online or visit Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville. It's a time-honored tradition.
Pirate Nation, your dream home starts with Unshakable Builders. Now building in Sutherland Estates in Greenville and Dolostone Court in Wilson with homes available now. And stay tuned, Cross Creek Townhomes in Greenville and Whitaker Glen and Farmville are coming soon. Browse available homes, explore floor plans, and see past projects today at unshakablebuilders.com. Have questions? Use live chat, fill out the contact form, or call the office at 814-9105. Unshakable Builders, build on a solid foundation.
Looking for Washington's favorite place to eat? The spot locals keep coming back to. Head to Down on Main Street in historic downtown Washington. Now open 7 days a week, Down on Main is serving up all your favorites. From the house salad with grilled chicken, to the half club and chips, to the crowd-pleasing fried shrimp plate. After a long day, unwind with dinner and drinks on the patio. It's the perfect place to relax and catch up with friends. And don't miss Wednesdays, half-price wings from 4 till close. Down on Main Street, right on Main Street in historic downtown Washington.
Looking for the perfect bottle of wine or something a little more unique? Discover Simply Divine Oil and Wine in Arlington Village. With a huge selection of hand-picked wines and gourmet olive oils, there's something for every taste. Not sure what to choose? Kimberly and her expert team are always ready to guide you, answer your questions, and help you find your new favorite. Join the fun with wine tastings twice a month or test your knowledge at trivia every Thursday. Follow Simply Divine Oil and Wine on Facebook and Instagram to stay in the know. Simply Divine Oil and Wine. Elevate your pour.
Hello, friends. There are certain places where magic happens in golf. Augusta, St. Andrews, Pinehurst, and the Birdie Bar. Here, every drive feels 30 yards longer, and every friend suddenly becomes a swing coach after 2 or 3 beers. Step inside for world-class golf simulators, great drinks, and the kind of atmosphere that makes even a triple bogey feel memorable. The Birdie Bar in Greenville, where the only bad lie is the one that says, you don't have time for golf.
Need to sell your house fast without fixing or even cleaning it? Call the Turner Home Team.
Hey, this is proud ECU alumni Justin Turner with the Turner Home Team. We buy houses as is in any condition for cash, and we can close in just days. As a real estate investor and licensed agent, my team and I can give you options when you need to sell. Sell fast or sell for top dollar. You choose what's best.
Call Turner Home Team or visit theturnerhometeam.com. They'll make a no-obligation cash offer for your home today.
Turner Home Team. Pirates supporting pirates.
This is Carter Spivey, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. The Pirate Radio app is available now. Powered by Carolina Caliber. Download the app today and have Pirate Radio at your fingertips. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington has everything you need for game day or any other day for men and women. Whether it's dress, casual, or even a formal occasion, Russell's has you covered. Russell's has been serving Eastern North Carolina and beyond for over 40 years with quality clothing and personal service. Russell's Clothing on Main Street in downtown Washington, a proud part of Pirates supporting Pirates. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right, back with you, Pirate Radio Live. We'll talk to a local pro in just a moment. Not a pirate in the pro, but a Greenville native in the pros. But we do have a lot of Pirates in the pros, both on the baseball diamond and CFL field. And Shirley, can we hit today's edition of Pirates in the Pros and see what happened over the weekend?
The Big Rig taking the hill for the Guardians.
Making his 17th start of the season. It's been a rough month of June for the Big Rig, but as you heard Andre and Carl Willis talk about, this is the perfect lineup for him to get back on track.
There's the curveball, and he strikes him out with it. Good action down and away.
Well, you can see the spike there on this sweeper. This is a really good one.
Now he lets it fly, and the pitch waved at, struck him out on a good breaking ball down and away. And Gavin Williams takes care of a Rosarena.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out, number 3 for Gavin. Swing and a miss. He strikes out.
Got time.
Hedges throws to first, and that will end the inning. Swing and a miss, and down goes Mitch Garver. 5th strikeout for Gavin, 1 down on the 4th. Swing and a miss. Rodriguez strikes out. There are 2 down.
And a 2-2 from Garces. Hammered. Fair ball. Williams on his way to second. Sawyer wants him to hold up right there.
Works from the set, and Briley swings high, deep drive right field. This ball is going, and it is gone. And we are tied 2-run homer, Alec Briley.
Has another pressure look from the Alouettes, and they bail out from the other side. Going to the backhand, and it's caught! Justin Hardy walks it into the end zone. And I think this was a single step in the wrong direction, Lapo, from a linebacker bailing out from pressure that just opened the window, and Jake Mayer was able to knife it perfectly to Justin Hardy. Alexander looks right, then back left, then tries to escape. Pressure on, running right, throws! Touchdown! Davis Alexander creates something out of nothing, like he seemingly always does, and it's Tyler Snead on the receiving end.
Tyler Snead, another touchdown. He's had a touchdown in every game this CFL season. Very good start to the season for the All-Star, and looking like another All-Star is in his future. All right, let's now check out our interview with Cornell Powell, who does a lot around the community, and no different this year. He talks about his camp coming up, his career, and more. Here's my chat with Cornell. All right, joining us today on Pirate Radio Live, former Greenville Rose standout, and man, he's done a lot in the football world since those days. He is Cornell Powell joining us. Cornell, good to catch up with you. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I'm blessed, Clip. Good to be back home, man. You know, ready to come to Greenville and put on an awesome weekend for the community. So I'm excited about that. Yeah,
we'll hit that first, Cornell. When are you going to be back around here? I know you put on camps each and every year, and then look out for your folks here in Greenville. Mm-hmm. So when's that coming up?
The camp is July 11th. Starts at 9:30 to 11:30. Registration opens at 8:30. So come out. You know, if you aren't registered, if you aren't pre-registered, you can still walk up day of camp. You know, sign all the paperwork and be able to participate. Your child will be able to participate. Everything is free, man, completely free. Just want to go out there and have a good time. Get back to the kids, and then afterwards, after the camp, starting at 2 p.m. right next door at the soccer field, we're having a community event. We got bounce houses, face paintings, water slides, man. We got free food. Just gonna have a good time, just to show my appreciation for the community, and all the support and love over the years. So
that's fantastic, man. It's gonna be a big day, and all that is one of the reasons Cornell was named the Sportsman of the Year in the United Football League. And Cornell, we'll talk about you adding another trophy to your case and another ring to your finger in a minute. But how about Sportsman of the Year, man? What did that mean to you?
It means the world, man. I'm honored to be able to be presented that award for the whole UFL. Man, it just shows the dedication that I have for, the community that I'm from, and just giving back, to whom much is given, much is required. I was given this platform to be able to give back, reach back, and, pull others up, giving them opportunities that I didn't have as a youth, trying to just give them a pathway to be able to be something of themselves, and outside of ball, so we have a lot of things in the works with Building Hope. We just opened the Cornell Power Literacy Institute for kids after school program and stuff, just trying to better the community every way we can.
That's awesome, man, and we'll touch more on that as we wrap it up. But on the field, you are the Lord of the Rings, adding another ring to the finger. And I remember, when it happened, Brian Bailey and I were like, man, this has got to be the only guy that's got a college football championship, Super Bowl, UFL championship, just racking them up, and that's fantastic, man. How about your year on the field with DC?
Man, it was unbelievable. We didn't finish the job this year, but just being able to get back there, it's always difficult. I've been on a lot of teams and then we actually won again. So every journey is different. Every journey to climbing that mountain every year is going to come with a lot of hiccups, a lot of hard times, man. Adversity is going to hit, but you got to be able to keep the main thing. Stay within the locker room and just play for one another. No one outside of you, especially when you're winning a lot, they kind of want a new winner. You know what I mean? So just being able to just, hey, man, we all we got, we all we need, and go out there and put it together. So, we started the season off good. Then we hit a rocky spot, but when it mattered most, we was able to rally around each other and make the championship game. unfortunately, we didn't win, but I think we built on our foundation, that championship DNA that we had, and so hopefully next year, we pull it off.
Cornell, we have mutual friends, and talked to a guy a few weeks ago, and said that pretty much immediately after the game, like you got an invite to the Detroit Lions, and I I didn't think much of it at the time, and then last week it kind of started hitting the news wire that you did indeed get that invite. So congratulations on that. How'd that go, and is that kind of still ongoing? What's the update on that?
Yeah, so it was a crazy 48 hours after the game. We played Saturday. I got back to Dallas Sunday. Agent called me like, "Hey man, they're gonna fly you out Monday morning to Detroit." Did medical, so I flew out Monday morning, did medical, and then Tuesday morning we woke up and we had the workout and stuff. So it was good. It's a quick turnaround, but it's what we asked for as players. It's just an opportunity to go out there and ball. It was the last day of the veteran mini camp, so hopefully I hear something back for training camp starting late June, and from them or anybody else really. So.
That's a heck of a schedule for a guy playing in the whole UFL season and then trying to jump on in a training camp. And at this point, Cornell, are you playing in the UFL to get another NFL shot, or is it, hey, I'm just playing pro football? What's your kind of goal here?
I know in my heart that I belong in the NFL. I've been around those guys. I've been around the talent, and given the opportunity, either with the Chiefs or when I went to Houston, Seattle, whatever, man, I was balling. Turn on the tape, bro. It don't lie. You know what I mean? So just really got to find the right situation, man, and someone to take a chance on me, give me the opportunity, because I could do it offensively and I could play special teams. And so I feel like I bring a lot to the table along with a winning culture that comes with me. So, you know what I mean? It's just waiting for my opportunity, staying ready. But, you turn on that tape, man, the film don't lie.
How's the body, man? Like, again, you go through those car crashes every weekend during those games. I hear players describe it that way. And you're trying to play 2 seasons in a calendar year, basically. So I'm assuming you got to keep that body in tip-top shape.
Yeah, man. Fortunately, I've been around a lot of good people, and I've been around a lot of good programs. And I'm able to build up my rehab collection. So I got everything that you need as far as game readies, hydro, what is it called? The massage guns, bands. Just staying ready, man. You got to be able to, that's where you win, when you be able to take care of your body, foam rolling, stretching, all those little things, and then when you get out there, you be able to perform at your highest peak. So I'm ready though, man. This ain't nothing new to me. I've been doing this. I've been playing ball since I was 5.5. So it's a grind, man. You only be this young for so long. So I'm ready to run till the wheels fall off and put some more
Cornell,
on.
man, we remember I don't want to say one man show because that disparages your buddies and your teammates at Rose, but like you were clearly the guy on the field. Back in those days, were you taking diet and working out seriously, or were you just kind of naturally better? Like, when did you start to say, all right, I need to focus on my body if I want to make this a full-time thing?
I always took working out seriously, thanks to Coach Woe at Rose, man, and then Bland ended up taking over. But we had a good weight program, and so I was always like physically fit and stuff like that. But I didn't really start taking care of my body as far as rehab and recovery until I got to Clemson. Started getting in the cold tubs and doing all the things, man, ice, stem, all those things that they introduced me to. But then when you become a pro, man, you realize how important those things are. Which you're gonna do whatever you do on the field, but how do you take care of your body? How do you recover, like in a 24-hour period, to be able to come back and do it again tomorrow and the next day and the next day? And it does get taxing on your body, but you just got to make the sacrifice, man. So,
Cornell, it's kind of crazy to look at guys like you, and we talked to Rajay Harris a lot, the ECU running back, and Holton Ahlers, and you guys are like against the norm for staying at your school for all those years. You look at what happens now with the transfer portal and everything. And I know you had opportunities, and from what I understand, Holton Ahlers was recruiting you pretty hard, or trying to get you to ECU. So what kind of came down to it for you, Cornell, to to stay at Clemson your entire time there in school?
My receiver coach, man, Tyler Grisham, he took over as a receiver coach, and we had an honest conversation, man. And I told him, I was like, bro, I'm thinking about leaving. I mean, I was graduate. I was able to graduate that year, so I was like, man, I'm thinking about leaving, you know, and trying my luck my last year, going back home and playing in front of my home city and stuff. And he was like, man, just give me the spring, and you know, if you still feel the same after the spring, you know, I respect it. And it was just that conversation, but the bond that we had over the years leading up to that, which made me feel able to be transparent with him and him do the same. And the spring came, and you know, I was able to be that guy for the team. Me and Amari Rogers, we were both seniors at the time, and we just took over. And you know, things ended up being the right way. I mean, I was at Clemson, so it's not like I was at a bad school or anything. I was just, you know, ready for my moment, man, ready for my time.
Right.
Fortunately, I stayed, and you know, the rest is history. But I think that the bond that I had with my coach was what made me stay at Clemson.
Man, we've talked about this in the past, but just to reiterate, like how close were you to coming to East Carolina out of J.H. Rose? Was it from what you've told me before that was a chance, but
they should.
something happened.
If they never let go of Ruff and Lincoln Riley, I was there, and that's all it is to it. They left in the heat of my recruitment, man, and you know, you never know who's going to come in next and what their agenda is, and you know, especially like in the pros, man, you know, coach get fired, another coach come in, he bring his whole coaching staff in, and you know, guys get or casualties that they don't even know why they're getting released, but it's because, and I respect it, you want to win or lose with your guys, you know, at the end of the day, it's all gonna fall on you. So that's what my mindset was when Lincoln and Coach Ruff left, and you know, I just had to make the best decision for me. So I wanted to stay home though, bro. I really did.
That hurts to hear. That really hurts. You've told that before. I wanted to make sure that was a real story, and
it's real.
That's tough. Cornell, man, and you know, in every line of work, there are people that tell you what you want to hear and tell you one thing and do another. But when we talk about genuine people, Ruffin McNeil is one of those guys, and I guess you didn't have a bad backup plan with Dabo too. I know you've spoken highly of Dabo Sweeney over the years.
Yeah, he's an unbelievable guy, man. Coach Ruff, every time I used to go to ECU, I was there a lot of times, man. Every time I used to go, he would say a joke in passing or whatever, but I felt like I was at home. It wasn't forced. It was the conversation that we had. They were just natural, man. And when Lincoln left, he texted me. He got on the phone with me and he was like, "Hey, man, I'm taking a job at Oklahoma, and I'm gonna take a year off. So it's not like I'm still in recruits from ECU, but I'm gonna come back and recruit you." At that time, though, when he came back, he did circle back. I was a senior though, and I was like, man, I can't go to Oklahoma. Oklahoma. I don't know nothing about Oklahoma. You know what I mean? And so, but being at Clemson, bro, it was unbelievable, life changing. You know, I met my wife. I met some brothers that, you know, forever be in my life. You know, my best friends, and I just had I won. I've had so many experiences that were probably not going to be possible if I stayed at home, looking at the big picture. And so, I'm just grateful, man. I'm grateful that, you know, things happened the way it did, and I ended up at Clemson.
No doubt. Cornell Powell joining us today. Cornell, I'm sure a lot of kids growing up in Greenville and watching ECU wanted to be Chris Johnson on the football field, who's, you know, one of the best all time here, and what he did in the NFL. And we you know, talked to him over the years here on Pirate Radio. But were you able to see him on Good Morning America? And man, that kind of came out of nowhere. I don't know if you guys in the football community had heard or knew anything, but man, that was a shock. But what'd you think when you saw that?
I woke up this morning and it was like one of the first things that I saw on my social media. It was trending, and I'm thinking it was like fake AI or something until I actually watched the video that he did with Michael Strahan and his wife. And man, it's just so sad, bro, because like listening to it, it seems to have like all this transpired or rapidly changed over a year or less than a year. And it's something that, you know, you can't control. He doesn't have any family who had it, from what my understanding. So it's just something that happened, and just keeping God first, man. Keep trusting, keep the faith, and trusting that, he's going to bring him through it along with his family, his wife and his kids. And so it's difficult, but it puts a bigger perspective for hopefully all athletes who saw it, like, man, life is bigger than football, and you're going to spend more time outside of football than you actually did in football. And so just making sure that you take care of yourself, take care of your family, and love on the ones who love on you, because life is precious, man. And, praying for him and his family, hopefully, the treatment that he's in and stuff, the clinical trial that he's doing, it works, and he's able to live, longer than they expect him to. He's a fighter, man. So I'm sure that whatever it takes, he's willing to do.
Well, Cornell, he lives the, life is bigger than football mantra, and does it by giving back to his community. We'll wrap it up, Cornell, one more time, talking about the big day coming up, July 11th. And and one thing that, I love about it, and I'm sure the folks do, it's free. You do it to get people out there, get people and help folks in your Greenville community. So tell us one more time about the July 11th day.
Yeah, July 11th is the Powell Project weekend, man. July 11th starting at 8:30. Registration opens. The camp starts from 9:30 to 11:30. Boys and girls are welcome, all ages 6 to 14. Come out. It's a free camp, free food. Be able to get instructions from me, a couple of my friends who's coming out. And so it'll be a fun time. And then following that, we have the community block party right next door at the soccer field from 2 to 6. Free food, free games, cornhole, bounce houses, water slides, all that good stuff, man. Just come out and enjoy the city, have fun, and just have some fun with the Powell Project.
Cornell, awesome stuff. We'll wrap it up. The producer behind the camera, Jarrett, is a big Raiders fan.
Okay.
Wrap it up by saying something nice about the Raiders and Raiders fans?
Yeah, man. Tom Brady's the GOAT. He's a co-owner now. I would love to be in that black and silver, bro. So
hey, there we
you got
go.
any connections, man? Just let me know. Let me know. I'll be there.
Catch a ball from Fernando maybe next year.
Yeah.
Cornell, always enjoy it, man. Thank you, and we'll talk to you again down the road, man.
I appreciate you, Clip. Thank you, man.
All right, Cornell Powell, great dude. Thought I was setting him up to talk junk about the Raiders, but I guess it makes sense. He's no longer a Kansas City Chief. He's a free agent. He's available, so he's ready to go line up and play for you guys.
Last time he was on the show, I think you were pre-recording a phone call or whatever, and I got on the mic and said something. He's like, man, their fans are the best. Like, Raiders are awesome. And I'm like, man, I don't want to like you. But yeah, I mean, hey, he thinks I'm well-connected. So
yeah, who are you going to contact over
I don't
there?
know. I mean, I'm at the bottom of the totem pole here. I don't really know who he thinks I know.
But hopefully he can land somewhere, man. He said he's got – and what a year of a sportsman that would be to play 2 entire football seasons in a calendar year. But he said he's ready for it. He said he's in great shape and wants to get out there on the NFL field and show what he can do. Let's take another break. We'll come back. More to go. Pirate Radio Live on a Monday. What's Chandler talking about? Grizzlies trading John Morant to Trailblazers. And he said, I think he was referencing former intern, should I even call him that? Cuz, who was here for a couple weeks. We can't play his clip, but he messes with Ja, according to him. Ja is a Blazer. I'm glad to hear that. I did not want him to be a Hornet, so I'm cool with that.
Stupid trade.
On whose part?
Portland.
Okay. There we go.
More after the break.
We'll grade the trade when we return. Pirate Radio Live after this.
Hey, Pirate friends. It's Rhonda from Russell's, and we're back open with a whole new look. We have a ton of surprises for you to see, including our Johnny O's Shop and Shop. Our racks and shelves are fully stocked with all new spring and summer merchandise for both men and women. Make it a point to come by Russell's in downtown Washington to check out the new look, experience the same great customer service you've come to know, and see all the new quality clothing that you love. We can't wait to see our pirate friends and customers back at Russell's in downtown Washington.
Doug Henry of Greenville is looking for your trade-in and your business. Doug Henry of Greenville is right on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Memorial, and always right on the price and looking to beat every offer out there. Just bring it in and you won't be disappointed. Doug Henry of Greenville has over 300 vehicles to choose from and brand new inventory arriving daily, and you can always check them out online at DougHenryGreenville.com. Doug Henry, right on the corner and right on the price.
It's Budweiser's 150th anniversary, and we're celebrating with a Heritage Can Series that honors our legacy of being made of America. Collect all 4 designs. For 150 years, this Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2026. Anheuser-Busch. Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Carolina Eagle Distributing is celebrating 150 years of Budweiser all year long. For 150 years, Budweiser has been the heart of America beer culture, bringing people together across generations. Cheers to 150 years. This Bud's for you from Carolina Eagle, serving the Pirate Nation since 1989.
Whether you're joining us for lunch or dinner, Basil's is the place to be this summer. Stop by and explore Basil's new summer specialty menu, featuring fresh, bold flavors in every bite. Enjoy favorites like our fried green tomatoes, the ahi tuna salad, a delicious tuna sandwich, the crowd favorite seafood sensation, and more. Then cool off at the bar with an ice-cold beer, a glass of wine, or one of Basil's handcrafted specialty cocktails. And don't worry, your Basil's favorites and our full regular menu are available every day. Basil's, pirates supporting pirates.
At Children's Health Services, we understand the importance of your child's well-being. This is Dr. Chris Osmick, and our mission is to provide comprehensive, patient-centered health care through every stage of child development, starting the day they are born in the hospital. We are not just here to treat illnesses. We are here to partner with you on your child's health journey. Schedule an appointment today to build a brighter, healthier world for your children.
Hey everybody, this is Parker Byrd. Visit our friends at Children's Health Services on Arlington Boulevard on 10th Street and at childrenshealthservices.org. Go Pirates.
This is Dr. Dixon from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services, as well as walk-in urgent care on the weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. For experienced and professional care, call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is closer than you think, right outside your front door. With service from American Airlines, you're now connected to destinations around the world, all from PGV. Skip the long lines. Avoid the congestion of larger airports. Fly local and enjoy a faster, easier travel experience. Whether it's business or your next getaway, Pitt Greenville Airport gets you there with ease. Start your journey today at flypgv.com or AA.com. Pitt Greenville Airport. Fast, convenient, and close to home, where the pirates fly.
Dank Burrito on Red Banks Road is rolling the good, combining bold global flavors with chef-driven techniques to create flavor bombs you won't find anywhere else. From their classic jerk chicken to their legendary pork belly, they're serving up fresh tacos, bowls, and burritos that defy the ordinary. Order ahead at order.dankburrito.com or download the Dank Burrito app. Join Dank Burrito Rewards today to start stacking points and earning free food with every bite. Check them out at 108 Red Banks or drop into their flagship Dank Burrito in Morehead City while you're cruising the Crystal Coast. Dank Burrito. Stay hungry, stay dank.
This is Lane Hoover, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. The Pirate Radio app is available now, powered by Carolina Caliber. Download the app today and have Pirate Radio at your fingertips. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Overtime Tavern, located on South Charles Boulevard, right across from the Sheetz gas station, is your go-to for all the game day action. Come hungry and leave happy with Philly cheesesteaks, glizzies, juicy burgers, and wings that bring the heat. They're open daily till midnight, and on Wednesday nights, you can join Clip Rock for sports trivia and test your game day knowledge. There's always time on the clock at Overtime Tavern. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Had an awesome cheesesteak from OT's last Wednesday. Cheesesteak and tots. Hit the spot. And had a few teams show. It's a little tricky during the summer, but we had Had a decent crowd. So come on out Wednesday night, and we'll have fun playing sports trivia and watching USA in the World Cup. Brazil, the winner over Japan earlier today on our Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard, and Greenville United FC World Cup date. And right now, it is Germany and Paraguay who are 0-0 in the 16th minute of the first half. So
Doesn't America play like 1?
8.
8? I thought I read 1.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, 8.
8. You might be thinking of Ivory Coast, who's playing 1 o'clock Tuesday against Norway.
Of course.
That's what you're thinking
Easy to get those two confused.
Yeah, excited for Ivory Coast. Watch that during work on Tuesday. J-Bone.
What's up?
We got to talk about a Hornets trade, but first, sources: Warriors eye LeBron and AD as Green declines option. What a headline!
Yeah, they're going to bring back Draymond, of course. This could be a play because they're all represented by Rich Paul. So this could be a play to give AD and LeBron leverage to where they get paid by their current teams.
I'd rather.
But Bill Simmons has brought this up for like the last 3 months of just the Expendables, like the Stallone old action movie.
Yeah.
Old people action. Just Steph, LeBron, Draymond, AD. He's even thrown out like...
Is Jimmy Butler part of this?
Jimmy Butler would be shipped off to bring in AD. But he's even brought up like, hell, if these guys are willing to take the minimum, go get KD, go get Kawhi. Like, let's just have fun. Let's just do it. Go on a retirement tour, sell out every arena you play in. And I laughed at it at first, but it's like, yeah, they're not going to win a title. Like, this isn't KD at 29 joining the Warriors. This is everybody in their late 30s, early 40s just getting together for one last go.
Look, with the old man renaissance going on in sports with Jordan Stahl and Messi and everything, I got into LeBron. I love the idea of an old-timers NBA team.
Like, I would love this. LeBron, this is his retirement tour. 1 year in Golden State. Draymond hangs it up, goes and takes Chuck's spot on Inside the NBA. Steph goes on his own retirement tour in Charlotte, and AD does whatever the hell he wants to do. Nobody cares.
Yeah, I like the Steph part, definitely. But the Hornets have a new option in town.
Yeah, 2 new options.
And one of the things I said about LaMelo Ball last year is, man, he is just tough to root for. I mean, aesthetically, the way he plays, running into buildings and speeding or whatever he's doing in his Hummer in Charlotte or whatever kind of what car.
I think it's like a Cybertruck Hummer.
Whatever he's got. The post-game interviews, tough to root for. So they get rid of LaMelo Ball, and they bring in Grayson Allen, who might be impossible to root for.
Yeah.
Explain this one to me.
Well, you're getting rid of Miles Bridges on an expiring deal. You don't want
another guy tough to root for.
Yeah, you don't. By the way, Vince Goodwill, all-time run this summer with just bad takes. He said nobody wants to trade for Jaylen Brown because of his off-the-court stuff when Miles Bridges was literally just traded for a first-round pick. So
he's running out of goodwill, I would say.
Yeah, let's get off of this guy. But I like the deal. Miles Bridges, you trade a least favorable of yours, Utah's, Cleveland, and Minnesota's pick in 2029. So you could, still have a pick there, and then you get an unprotected first from a team who really has not a lot going for him in the future. And you get 2 guys who have heavy experience being rotation guys in the playoffs and guys who can still put up shots and kind of fit your system.
And what year is that unprotected first?
33. So now we have 3 2033 first. But, I mean, we're probably going to use these in other packages. Like, I don't know. You got a lot of assets.
Let's see. Scope scouting. Is this real? Can I really look up the best 4th graders? I can look up the best 4th graders from last August.
There's 6th graders.
What do you mean?
The 2033 first round picks, I think, are currently in the 6th grade.
Okay. Well, I don't really care. It's just amazing you can look up. Truss Wiggins averaged 22.8, a dynamic scorer who. Wait, is this real?
Look, man, I mean, when Sam Presti made the deal...
Attacks the rim. How does a 4th grader attack the rim?
It's like a 6-foot goal. All right. Look, when Sam Presti traded Paul George for all these picks from the Clippers, this was probably Thunder's fans. It's like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Who's this guy? He couldn't survive with the Clippers. What's he going to do here? And all these picks, man, they're so far down the line. Who cares? And look at them now. Champions, and they're continuing to build.
Clifford Moaning the fourth is a lockdown defender. Averaged 5, 3, and 2 steals.
In the 6th grade, man. That's tough.
That's it.
I like the trade.
You like the trade? What are we doing? What are we? So last year, second half of the season, the standings said the Hornets were the 10th, 9th, 8th best team. And you, and which I agree with, you said the Hornets were the 4th, 5th best team in the East during that run we went
January
on?
1, yeah.
So why are we breaking all this up?
You could look at it as fool's gold, kind of a fluke run. LaMelo's never going to play 72 games again. He was injured and only played 25 minutes a game November on. So, I mean, you sell high, get the most you can for him. And then Miles Bridges, the plan was always to trade Miles Bridges even going on that run.
Is there still a plan to maybe bring in a stud for this upcoming season?
I don't know. Yes. The trade exception lasts 365 days, so James Plowright brought it up Friday. Wait till the deadline when nobody has cap space and you have a lot to work with. I like the idea. Well, we already traded Miles Bridges, so this trade's kind of dead. But bringing in a guy like Kyrie or Jrue Holiday, now that the Blazers have Ja Morant, we can use the trade exception there. You have an adult in the room, a true point guard. I don't hate that.
Who's your adult in the room you were talking about?
Kyrie or Jrue Holiday.
I can't call him Jrue.
It's J-R-U-E.
I know what it is.
It's Jrue.
We call him Jrue Holiday.
It's Jrue Holiday.
It's Jrue.
It's not Drew. It's Jrue.
You are pronouncing every single one of those letters.
That's how you pronounce it.
Okay. And I'm giving you credit for that. Because I'm lazy. I just call him Drew.
Yeah.
Jrue.
Jrue Holiday.
Jrue Holiday. Kyrie, that's an adult in the room?
I think
he's too adult.
I mean, he's been very mature and quiet since leaving Brooklyn.
What has he been doing?
Just playing ball, man.
Did he play with Luka?
Yeah.
And then what?
And then they traded Luka, and he played with AD, and then he got hurt.
So he's still with Dallas?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's hard to keep up with these guys, with the NBA.
Yeah.
It's
But man, I really don't like Ja to Portland. For Portland. Like, everybody's like, oh, they're going to get Jaylen Brown. They're going to get Jaylen Brown. And you get Ja?
Well.
These Dundon heads, man.
What about the Hornets fans? You said we're getting Jaylen Brown. You're getting Jaylen Brown, and we get Grayson Allen.
Those were misinformed fans. We were never getting Jaylen Brown.
Never.
Doesn't make sense.
All right. There is that. 24th minute in the World Cup. Germany, Paraguay. 0-0, that score. Jamie says, as a guy over 40, I love seeing LeBron still playing. Absolutely. I've gone from LeBron fan to LeBron hater back to a LeBron fan. I'm on the LeBron coaster. Coming up, hour 3, Coach Hud, Greg Hudson, joins us. Talk a little CJ2K. Also, Ridge Shea will get you ready for the Coney Island hot dog eating contest on July 4th. Is there anybody to challenge Joey Chestnut? Another year, another Joey Chestnut overwhelming favorite.
Is Kobayashi still giving it a run?
I don't think so. He took his bun and went home.
Took his weenie and went home.
His wiener and got on out of here. We got all of that and maybe a Parker Byrd appearance as well. More to go. Pirate Radio Live on a Monday. We'll be back with you after this timeout.
This is proud ECU alumni David Price of David Price Construction. As a leading general contracting firm, we specialize in commercial construction and renovation. Whether it's updating your office space, renovating your restaurant, or building a new retail store, our team at David Price Construction is ready to assist. We are committed to delivering quality, value, and customer satisfaction across all of our projects. So give us a call at 919-820-3612 or find us online at davidpriceconstruction.com. Go Pirates.
The crack of the bat. The crowd roars. Baseball is back in Kinston's historic Granger Stadium. Come cheer on your Down East Bird Dogs.
The Byrd Dogs return to action this Independence Day weekend against the New Jersey Jackals. Don't miss the fireworks Saturday night after the game. Find your tickets at downeastbirddogs.com.
We've got the bases covered when it comes to having fun. Watch the Down East Bird Dogs play.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers does real burgers better than anybody. And don't forget about the cheese sticks, fresh salads, and more. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, burgers and sports at its best.
Go Pirates! Arr!
Play it against sports. Buy, sell, trade. Great deals never felt so good.
So good, so good, so good.
I saved a bunch of cash.
Buy, sell, trade.
Using my gear like I never knew I could.
Play it against sports. Buying and selling new and used sporting and fitness equipment for over 27 years right here in Greenville. Located on Greenville Boulevard across from the Nissan dealership.
Hey Pirate Nation, Bryce Williams here, former ECU tight end and proud customer of Stroud's Marine. Boating season is finally here and there's no better place to get your boat ready for the water. From tune-ups to parts and accessories, the team at Stroud's Marine has you covered with expert service and hometown friendly care. So whether you're casting a line or cruising the coast, stop by Stroud's Marine today and let's get you boating right. Follow Stroud's Marine on Facebook and Instagram or visit stroudsmarine.com to learn more. See you on the water. Go Pirates!
Are you looking to purchase a new home or are you considering refinancing your current mortgage? This is Talbot Green at Integrity Home Mortgage. We offer a wide variety of loan programs to help get you pre-approved. Our team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir has over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with superior customer service you deserve.
To get started, call me, Braxton Green, at 526-8260.
Braxton Green, NMLS 222-3878. For informational purposes only, Integrity Home Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing lender, NMLS 208-516.
Here at the Holistic Company, we know that life throws you its fair share of curveballs. Like passing that drug test, congrats. Now you can finally relax, kick back, and well, light one up. You've earned it. With weekly events like trivia, karaoke, comedy, open mic, movie night, and of course, all your favorites. Flour, merch, carts, edibles, and wellness products. Whatever you need to legally take the edge off, we've got your vibe covered. Order online at theholisticco.com or visit us at 5th and Evans in Greenville or at one of our other 2 locations in Fremont or Smithfield. The Holistic Company.
Saturdays are your day to kick back, relax, and have fun. That's why Ottavola Market Cafe is the perfect place to go for dinner, drinks, and takeout. Ottavola is open every Saturday at 4 p.m. on the bar side, serving a special selection of menu favorites of appetizers, pastas, and specialty pizzas. Whether it's dine-in, takeout, or drinks with friends, Ottavola is the best choice every Saturday starting at 4 o'clock. Visit OttavolaMarket.com to see what's new, and visit Ottavola on Red Banks Road every Saturday starting at 4. Pirates supporting pirates.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Eagle Distributing, celebrating 150 years of Budweiser all year long. This Bud's for you from Carolina Eagle, serving the Pirate Nation since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Drive a little and save a lot at Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. They have a great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Plus, they offer service to all makes and models in a state-of-the-art facility. Drive a little and save a lot with a short trip to Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Highway 264 in Washington and online at WashingtonChryslerDodgeJeepRam.com. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Monday. Byrd, Parker Byrd, to my left. How you doing, Parker?
I'm doing good, man. Glad to be on.
Good to see you. We'll talk about what's next for you as your summer baseball season came to an end in a big way.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that and what you're up to, and also talk to Coach Hud, Greg Hudson, who joins us on the Turner Home Team Live Line. We are off this Thursday, Hud's normal day. and had planned on maybe not even chatting with him this week, but I wanted to get him on to talk about CJ2K. Chris Johnson saw him on Good Morning America this morning with Michael Strahan, and it was pretty shocking because I didn't know anything about the ALS diagnosis and how hard it had hit him. And Coach Hud, welcome to the show. What were your thoughts when you saw Chris earlier today?
It was tough to see. I mean, it was hard. Yeah, it shook me pretty good for a little bit this morning, for a lot of bit.
Yeah.
Just to know, where he was at his peak, and even when he was not able to continue to play in the NFL, his peak was much more mightier than most people, and that was as tough a visual as I've ever seen. Just with your past, with being around him, my past, it was really rough, man. And it constant reminder of just how fragile life is, and I'm at a loss for words, which is not you.
And man, if they ever figure out this awful disease, ECU baseball will have a big reason as to why, with everything you guys do, Parker, with Mustache March and raising money for research and keeping alive the memory of Keith LeClaire. And that's probably something, Parker, you learned from day one as a member of that baseball team, Keith LeClaire, and how ALS affected him.
Yeah, ALS definitely hits home here with the Pirates, and it's just sad to see Chris Johnson be another victim to a terrible disease. But praying for that family, praying for his kids, his wife, and I hope there's a cure to it soon, and I hope he's one of the first ones ever. So
yeah, and another frustrating part to it, Hud, is all the money given, and I know the doctors are trying as hard as they can, but still no cure for it. And you heard even Chris talking today about doing some trials, some things that kind of some radical stuff just to try to extend his life, and they're still on that part of it, and still no cure in sight, unfortunately. But I know they're working every day at it.
Yeah, the comment of extend your life, and he said 3 months. I mean, again, another perspective of difficult, and being still being the same person mentally, and what he is, and able to say verbally, he's a hostage to his own self and that body, and it's tough, man, because that guy was one of a kind, and. But so was Coach LeClaire. I mean, I'd never met the guy. I saw him for the first time at the opening ceremonies for the baseball stadium, and that's the memory I have of Keith LeClaire is in that bed. Then when they rolled him out, and that was tough. And Heck was another great in Eastern North Carolina catfish hunter. Didn't he go ALS? I mean that's. It's just really a sad day for the Pirates, but especially the Johnson family.
He did.
Greg Hudson joining us. Hud, let's talk about some good times with Chris Johnson. And I remember the year before y'all got here, showed some flashes as a freshman. I want to say had like an 80-yarder against Wake Forest and showed off the wheels, and became a good running back during his time at ECU, a good receiving back, but. There was something about that 2007 and really that offseason between 06 and 07, and I've heard him talk about it and Skip talk about it, and maybe you can speak to it as well, how he really, I don't know if got serious, because that tends to say he wasn't serious his previous years, but worked his tail off to be the best running back in the country. And what did that get? It got him, over 2,000 all-purpose yards and a first-round pick in the NFL draft. But how about his development from just a track guy to an all-around great running back at ECU?
Yeah, he spoke about it. If you go back and listen to the podcast I had with him, he spoke in detail about it, and how he was upset at first with how things were going, and but Skip, to his credit, kept meeting with him, and built that whole year was around Chris Johnson. I mean, whether he was going to get it handed to him, or it was going to get dumped to him in a screen, or he was going to have a short spot route over the middle, the ball was going to get in his hand as much as possible. And that was the word that Coach gave him to stick around. And man, I'm like, do whatever it takes to get that guy to stay here. You can have anybody you want for the offensive line, because as long as he's out there, our defense is good because we're on the sideline. But yeah, he spoke about it, and you talked about his flashes. You know, he flashed us that winter. We just went over to the weight room. We had that indoor track, and we just got some times on the guys, and we had 4 watches on everybody. And when CJ ran his 40, nobody would say what they had, because they were like, this might be. Everybody just looked at each other like, what'd you get? You know, and when it's a 4.2 something, and he's not in shape, you know, that was just a natural gift that he had. He was just fast. But the other thing is, man, that dude was tough.
Greg Hudson joining us, and yeah, he showed that off in the NFL with all those back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, and of course the 2,000-yard season. Was he ever a scout guy, Hud, like in 05, or he had already probably aged out of that maybe by the time you got here?
No, if he had been a scout player, I'd have been complaining that why isn't he on defense?
Exactly.
If he'd have came down to the scout team, he'd have never left.
Do you remember trying to chase him around? Not you, but your guys, your linebackers, your DBs?
Yeah, we didn't. I mean, it was no secret. I mean, when he was in the scrimmages or, you know, full speed situations, it was pretty obvious who was going to. There was 11 dudes looking at that guy. Or at least he had one eye on him. It's worse, he had it every time. So, yeah, he was. It was. I've seen speed like that before. I mean, Rocket
Ismail,
and it just looks different to the human eye. I mean, I saw it going by me in Hawaii, and it was fast.
And Parker, I believe he's a guy that had to kind of prove it coming out of high school to ECU. How did he end up at ECU? He had a bad injury, I believe.
Oh, really?
Late in his high school career.
He had a broken leg.
Yeah, and probably would have ended up somewhere in Florida, where he was from. But East Carolina gave him a shot, and he said thank you and repaid the Pirates by.
Heck yeah, I was wondering how that cat got here. It is a special talent.
You see stories like that, though. So you got to take a chance on some guys, right, Hud, and say, hey, if this guy gets healthy, he's going to be the man.
Right, and it had to be on his junior tape.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Hud, I brought it up earlier, the infamous picture. This is great coaching right here, Parker. Greg Hudson pointing at Chris Johnson which way to run, in case CJ forgot.
Yeah.
In the Hawaii Bowl where he put up those awesome numbers, but. That's something that will tie you two together forever. When you had him on the podcast, Hud, is he aware of this picture? It's become famous, so is he aware of it?
Yeah, he is. We had a nice connection. He was, he was one of the guys that when he was in the hallways at the office, he'd just come in and flop down in my office, and he'd ask questions, about how fast was this guy, how good was this guy. Do you know anything about this guy? He wanted to be great. And, I would put stats of the opposing running back that we were playing that week. I'd stick him up on his locker. And we played a kid from, was it Tulane or UCF?
You played, you had Matt Forte, you had D'Angelo Williams in the league.
Yeah.
You had UCF Kevin Smith, maybe, I think.
Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
I would put their stats up and I would write, who's better? That's all I would put. Who's better? And I just stick it up on his locker, like on Monday or Tuesday. And then at the last one against Forte, I came in Sunday morning and the note was autographed. It says, "I'm the best."
There you go.
My door.
Asked and answered right there.
Yeah.
Greg Hudson joining us here at Turner Home Team Live Line. Coach, I wanted to get you on. How about How about that whole Hawaii Bowl trip? Brian Bailey said earlier he almost jinxed it because he said, boys are about to cap off one of the best weeks of our life. And then Chris Johnson had his only fumble of the season after having a monster game in that Hawaii Bowl. And but you're able to win it. But how about the game he had in that trip, Hud? All your journeys in coaching, that's got to be up there for one of the best.
First of all, you can go to all the bowl games that you want. There's not going to be a better time than to go to the Hawaii Bowl. I don't care what anybody says, unless you're a coach on a staff where the guy just keeps you inside, which I've heard stories about. The guys have gone to the bowl game and never seen the beach. We went out and had a good time and were relaxed and played, but he's as big a reason, the reason probably, that we won. And that last fumble, that is Bailey right there that would pop that out there. Bailey would talk about a no-hitter in the 7th inning.
Yep.
Yeah, he sure would.
But no, you know what? The kids were in a great mindset that whole week. They were ready to play football. They were, we were 99% chance of losing in the ESPN fan poll.
Yeah, I remember that.
So we were throwing everything out we could get out of them, and to have a rotating linebacker, Jeremy Chambliss, cause a fumble and recover a fumble on their last drive, just was our guys played till the very end, man. That was the last play of defense, and that kid made a great play. And there was just a combination of guys. And then we made the kick. So.
And Parker, he's not lying. That how you do like the bowl mania and all that stuff, and everybody makes their picks on ESPN.com. That was the biggest discrepancy of a game with what he said, 99%
That's awesome.
Picking Boise.
That's why you play it, right?
Yeah. We I had a feeling when we went to that first gathering with the team, they were checking our dudes out, and when TJ, J. Ross, and Khalif were walking on the beat, they knew that there were some different dudes in town.
There we go.
That's right.
Coach Hud, where are you at today?
Back in Indiana, hit some other places. I hit Missouri, Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, Illinois, and made it back here. So just getting ready for another round.
I know you tear up the South and the Northeast and the Midwest. Parker's about to head out to San Diego. When are you hitting up like L.A. and hitting up those California schools?
I'd love to. I'd love to, but the Big Ten, all the colleges here in the Midwest and the South, it sounds like, oh my God, all you do is drive. Man, I drive for 90 minutes to this school, then 2.5 hours to this school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then if you're going from Iowa to Wisconsin, you go right by the exit for Dyersville, and you get to stop and use the bathroom and at Field of Dreams. So that's like a bonus stop, and walk through the corn a little bit. So yeah, the schools are close together, and sometimes stop at a high school, but it's a lot of fun.
Hud, appreciate you joining us, sharing some stories, man. Trying to smile on a tough day, but we appreciate it, Hud.
Yep, pray for a miracle, man.
Yes, sir.
Take care, guys.
See you, Hutter. There's Greg Hudson joining us on the Turner Home Team Live Line, and Byrd, you pray for some miracles.
Yeah.
They happen.
It's not impossible.
There we go.
If God has it in his plans, then it'll happen. But, praying for him for sure.
Parker, we'll take a time out, come back, talk about you ending your summer baseball season on a very high note, and also what's next for you. And we got a goal. Paraguay, can they pull the upset over Germany? They lead 1-0 in the 44th minute of play, and trying to pull a big upset in the World Cup. We are back with you, Pirate Radio Live, on a Monday after this.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
It's time to shack things up at Burrito Shack. Whether you're craving bold burritos, tasty tacos, or crispy nachos, they got the flavor you're looking for. Made from scratch, chef-inspired, fresh Mex cuisine, served up with a side of laid-back beach vibes. Fast, fresh, and totally delicious, Burrito Shack is where flavor meets the coast. Located in the Lowe's Food Shopping Center in Winterville. Quick, crafted, coastal. Burrito Shack.
College is hectic, but where you live shouldn't be. At Pirates Cove, you get your own quiet space and private bathroom. With 2 pools, a fitness center, EV chargers, the only student property with a new soccer mini pitch field, a business room for focus, and a quick ride to campus. No dorms, no drama, just the lifestyle you're looking for. Pirates Cove isn't just where you stay, it's where you live.
Are you tired of dealing with IT headaches? Does this sound familiar? Slow computers, constant crashes, long wait times for IT support, and worries about cybersecurity. If you're nodding your head, it's time to call cybersharks.net. We handle IT so you can focus on growing your business. Fast, reliable, and always there when you need us. Call 321-7800 today and get IT support that actually works. Cybersharks.net. We keep your business swimming.
The NU in New Blue stands for Next Up, and with their Next Up mentality, they are staying hungry to go the extra mile just for you, humbly learning through continuous training and a commitment to remain focused on working smart to deliver a new level of service excellence. Next Up means doing the small things right because your home deserves it. Whether it's plumbing, electrical, or HVAC issues, New Blue is next up and ready to help. Visit callnublue.com or call 252-228-5855. New Blue Service Group, redefining service excellence. Go Pirates!
Think downtown Greenville is hard to get to? Think again. The roads are open and downtown is ready for you. Come see us at Fish Street Hardware, where you can drive right in for great food, cold drinks, and entertainment all week long. Join us Tuesday for Singo Music Bingo, Wednesday trivia with $1.25 wings, every Thursday for live music or open mic, then kick off the weekend with live music Friday and Saturday, plus yappy hours and fun in the repair shop game room. The roads are open, the patio is waiting, and downtown Greenville is ready to welcome you at Fish Street Hardware.
Did you know Greenville has its own semi-pro soccer team? Greenville United FC is bringing exciting, high-level soccer to Eastern North Carolina with local talent. Whether you're a lifelong soccer fan or just looking for a great night out, Greenville United has a seat waiting for you at John Paul II Stadium. For schedules, tickets, and more information, visit greenvilleutd.com. Greenville United FC. One region, one team, always united.
If you're looking to make someone's day a little sweeter, Nothing Bundt Cakes has the perfect treat. From our bite-sized buntinis to our delicious 8 and 10-inch bundt cakes, every cake is baked fresh daily and topped with our signature cream cheese frosting. Birthdays, celebrations, office treats, or just because. There's always a reason for a bundt cake. Come see us in Greenville in the Law Promenade Shopping Center near Longhorn and let us help you share a little joy, one bundt at a time. Nothing Bundt Cakes. Make life a little sweeter every day.
Hi, I'm Donovan McNabb, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Eagle Distributing, celebrating 150 years of Budweiser all year long. This Bud's for you from Carolina Eagle, serving the Pirate Nation since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Looking for the perfect place to swing, sip, and score in Greenville? Check out the Birdie Bar on Dickinson Avenue. Whether you're dialing in your golf game on their state-of-the-art simulators or just kicking back with friends and cocktails, Birdie Bar brings the perfect mix of competition and nightlife. No dress code, no pressure, just great vibes, cold drinks, and year-round golf fun. Book your bay today at thebirdiebarnc.com. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, welcome back. I'm trying to answer some of Parker's World Cup questions, but one I couldn't answer. Where's Paraguay? Because my Central Americas and South Americas, I get mixed up.
South.
I would say ask Bryce because he knows he's geographicals.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, remind me to do that tomorrow, sure.
Yes.
The price is here. You are correct, Jarrett. It is South America.
I took Spanish from kindergarten all the way to my junior year of college.
Oh, wow.
And I still don't really know.
And you got the geography down from that?
I know what's in Central and what's in South. I couldn't tell you like North
right.
South America, South America.
Okay. Hey, that's enough.
I ain't no more than us.
All right. Parker knows how to hit a baseball. You know how to do that?
I made contact. I brought in some runners.
Do you play that from kindergarten to junior year?
No.
Actually, do you know how he hurt his ankle?
How's that?
I was playing wiffle ball.
Hey, that boy. Yeah, boy. I broke my thumb in 5th grade playing wiffle ball on the beach. I had one of those little swim shirts on, and it was like wet, and I was the pitcher, and I tried to do the little trick behind my back and then like throw it forward actually, and my thumb got caught in the shirt and just it like fractured a growth plate. But yeah, it can be dangerous.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Especially when like life jackets as bases. Yeah.
I broke my thumb freshman year at Conley, but it was on a Babe Ruth. I was on playing rec and Conley.
Oh, okay.
And dang, Matt Rogers stole third and did not slide, and his big goofy kneecap went right into my glove and must have hit it perfect because it broke my dang thumb. And that ended my career, Parker.
Yep.
I hung it up after that.
Unfortunately, this is probably going to end my career.
Yeah. Parker had a little injury too, but it did not end his career. He kept going. Parker, man, another home run. How about what a way to go out? And I guess you went out on a base hit for the final at bat.
Yeah. So that was funny, because I told Hack, who's my summer ball coach, Hunter Hackney, I told him, I guess Thursday, I was like, hey, tomorrow's going to be my last game. You know, I really need to focus on training for Paralympics more. I've been throwing every day, but I was like, I didn't have time to do mobility sessions, stuff like that. I was like, I started a job with Modern Women of America as a financial advisor. Really need to, start that up and get some, certificates and take some tests. I was like, so I need time to study and all that stuff. Well, I told him Thursday, then I hit the home run on Thursday. I was like, man, I wish I would have told him today was my last game. I was like, because that would have been a great way to go out.
No doubt.
You just got to be a sick puppy.
That's him. The sickest
That's
of
right.
puppies.
That's right. Good nerves, man.
That's awesome, man. How did we talked to you after your last home run, but how about this one?
Yeah.
Now the first one was a line shot.
Yeah.
Did this one have a little more? Did you know it was gone?
No, this one was definitely gone off the bat. I was just, it's been a while since, I've actually hit home runs in a game, so I still don't have the confidence to pimp them yet. But I definitely knew this one was gone. It was just if it was going to stay fair or foul.
Yeah.
And in Edenton at historic Hicks Field, there's like a big wall, but there's a scoreboard. And no, the scoreboard's in right, but there's like a little, I guess, advertisement type deal and right by the foul pole. And so the fence is kind of lower and then it goes up. And I was like, it's definitely gone. I didn't know if it was going to hit the wall, but I was like, it's definitely, I think, has the distance. But it actually landed over the advertisement wall. So it didn't even get to the big part, but it got over all of it. And so it was cool.
That's awesome, man. And like I said, last AB goes for a hit as well. So finished out on a high note. How much fun is it playing summer ball, Parker, where it's still obviously serious baseball, but you're out there having fun too?
Yeah,
right?
no, it's fun. Summer ball is awesome. It's a chance just to go out there and play stress-free baseball. And obviously, the guys want to win a championship in the summer and stuff. But, at the end of the day, you're there to have fun. You're there to get better on your own personal careers. People are coming from different backgrounds, different experiences, and some guys are there just to get some playing experience. Other guys are there to figure things out, and so it's just definitely cool to go out there and just have fun with a group of guys that you meet that summer.
Parker, what was it like watching, Bryant Packard, Thomas Francisco, Jake Agnos when you're coming up as a baseball player? Then they become part of the staff, and now, they are big parts of the staff. How cool is that?
It is really cool, actually, because, especially Pack, Franny, Agnos too. But, those guys I watched in high school And I wanted to be those guys, especially the careers that each one of them had. And for them to come back and just be coaches, I was like, wow, this is like a full circle moment, because I watch you guys play all the time. And I would tell Agnos that all the time this past year. I was like, because most of the guys, are younger, and I was the only 4-year guy here. So I was like, man, I may be the only one in here that knows Jake Agnos from ECU.
Yeah.
And maybe Norby because of his brother and stuff. But I was like, everybody else, they don't know your prime, dude. And I was like, I'm maybe the only one. And so it was cool. And I know they're going to do great things. And, each of them have great experience behind GOAT, and then obviously Agnos behind AK. And so everybody's going to be great. And I'm looking forward to seeing that play out.
We'll talk about what you're about to do here in a moment, but and you've got a ton on your plate. You already described that, but any thoughts of furthering baseball coaching one day?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think it'd be awesome. I love the game, and it's in my blood. And I was talking to somebody a couple weeks ago, and I was telling them, I'm done with baseball after the summer, and how I'm looking forward to the next chapter. And they're like, well, you're not done with baseball. I was like, I don't know. The Paralympics are, my dream now, and I'm fully vested in that. They're like, yeah, but you're going to go back to baseball. When you're around the sport that long, you naturally gravitate back towards it. And I was like, yeah, maybe if I have a son one day and, coach his team or something like that. But, maybe it's in the cards.
Yeah, it won't fully leave you. That's for sure, no matter what you got coming up. So, let's talk about Paralympics. So you said you're training pretty much every day. You're about to take that training to another step, a next level, I guess. So tell us about that.
Yeah, so moving out to San Diego in August, going out to San Diego State University. They have an adaptive track and field team, and their throws coach is Team USA's throws coach. So going out there, training with her for a couple of years, competing with San Diego State, and eventually, I guess, Team USA trials are next year, late next year. So I still have a year and some change. So, so hopefully we make the team and compete in LA 2028.
And discus is the event. Why that?
Yeah, so I went to Team USA actually invited me out to a camp in Chula Vista, California, which is right outside San Diego, back in October of 2025. And I went in there knowing a little bit about javelin, and that's about it. And it was a track and field camp, and I told him that. I was like, hey, I know a little bit about javelin, but not saying I'm great, not saying that I'm a professional by any means, just know a little bit about it. And so they're like, well, we can go ahead and tell you that you're probably not going to be a javelin thrower because, they're typically 6'3", 6'4", tall, lanky, kind of look like a cross-country type runner.
Right.
And so I was like, okay, well, where do you guys think I fit best? And they're like, have you ever tried the discus? And I was like, not really. And they're like, well, let's try it out, see how you are. So tried it out, and I was pretty decent at it. So they can keep honing in on that. Obviously work at it pretty hard and see where it gets you. So that's what I did. And then I went back to another camp, and they're like, yeah, this is definitely your thing, so keep at it. So that's what I did.
Yeah, that's awesome. And pulling for you, Parker. Be cool to see you in those Paralympics. So you said the trials are
next year.
Okay, next year. And when would the games actually be?
2028. Yep, so it's 2 weeks after the actual Olympics. So
10-4. All right.
Sir.
Parker Byrd, getting ready to have another edition of the Parker Byrd Show. Can we say who your guest is? Wait.
The big donkey from Twitter.
Steven Schock.
Yeah, yep. So looking forward to that, having them on sometime this week. And we also have a couple more guests, hoping to come in this week and, get that rolling again. I took a long break because of busy baseball and stuff, but we're back and we're ready.
Man, the story locally is North Carolina gets there and loses again. The story baseball-wise is the path Oklahoma took to win the championship. Yeah. They took down just about everybody, which was very impressive. But what'd you think of the final there?
Yeah, I was very torn, Clip, because, all my life I've been told to hate Carolina, hate Carolina, hate Carolina. And I do. I mean, I really do. But, I have buddies on UNC. I love Scott Forbes.
Yeah.
So it was honestly really hard to pull against them. But, Oklahoma, the story they had with, the unbelievable run they did. They took the hard way, and they did it, man. I mean, it was impressive to watch. And, I was just pulling for good baseball because I wanted my buddies to win. A couple, Matthew Mateus, Greenville native, and, my buddy Cam Padgett, and I know, a couple other people on the team. So I was kind of pulling for him, but at the same time, I was like, it's never terrible to see him lose.
Hey, a win-win.
So I was,
way.
So me and my girlfriend were talking about it, and I was pulling for the players and the coaches.
Sure.
But I was not pulling for them for their fan base, and that's exactly the way it was.
Very well explained. There we go. Parker Byrd joining us today on Pirate Radio Live. Parker, welcome to hang around. We got another interview to run. I'm going to talk to Rich Shea, president of Major League Eating, because the Coney Island hot dog eating contest is coming up July 4th.
Heck yeah.
Joey Chestnut going to dominate again probably, but we'll see if there's any challengers for Joey Chestnut. Parker, if you had to pick one food you think you could win an eating contest in, what food would you pick?
Down in Edenton this past summer we downed some peanuts, and I got pretty impressive with how many I could eat a game, especially if I wasn't playing. So
peanut eating contest.
Yeah.
I like it. All right. We'll take a break, come back. Rich Shea joins us on the other side. Back with you, Pirate Radio Live, after this.
Chico's Mexican restaurant is where the fiesta never ends. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Wednesday for shrimp tacos for only $11.99. Plus Wednesdays, all Mexican imports are just $3.49. Thursdays, enjoy your favorite beef, chicken, or vegetable fajitas, also just $11.99. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
Spring is a great time to plant flowers, trees, and bushes. When planting your landscape, please keep in mind that you should never plant anything within 3 feet of a gas, electric, or water meter. The same thing applies if you have an electric transformer in your yard, except keep plants 8 feet clear of the front in case crews need access during a storm or an outage. Always remember to call 811 at least 3 business days before you dig to avoid underground lines. This important safety message is from your neighbors at Greenville Utilities.
Is your car making strange noises, or that check engine light still won't go away? At Bell's Fork Truck and Auto Service in Greenville, we take the stress out of car care, from quick oil changes to full service repairs. And diesel truck service too. Our certified technicians deliver high quality work without the high dealership prices. No guesswork, no pressure. Just honest, dependable service to get you back on the road with confidence. Don't let a small issue turn into a costly repair. Stop by today or schedule your service now. Bell's Fork Truck and Auto Service, keeping Greenville moving.
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
We declare it's time for you to trade into a new vehicle at the Declaration of Deals sales event at East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Greenville. East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep has doubled down with dealer discounts and now has savings up to $12,000 on a new 2026 Ram 1500 and a special finance rate on Ram of 2.9% for 72 months. If you aren't looking for a truck, no problem. We declare that 2026 Grand Cherokee come with savings up to $6,000. Or you can lease America's most awarded SUV for as low as $429 per month. But that's not all. Save up to $7,000 on a new 2026 Jeep Wrangler or lease one for as low as $379 per month.
East Carolina Chrysler Jeep, across from the Cockerell in Greenville. Come see us!
36-month leases, 10,000 miles per year, and $39.99 due at signing. Tax tags and $8.99 admin fee not included. Check out all the great deals at East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep or at ecauto.com.
Play ball!
Greenville, it's time to play ball. The Greenville Yard Gnomes are back, and tickets are on sale now. Bring the whole family out for big hits, wild promotions, and non-stop fun all night long. From fireworks to theme nights, every game is an experience you don't want to miss. Cold drinks, great food, and the best atmosphere in town. Don't wait till it's sold out. Grab your seats now. Get your tickets today at yardgnomesbaseball.com or at the box office.
Need to sell your house fast without fixing or even cleaning it? Call the Turner Home Team.
Hey, this is proud ECU alumni Justin Turner with the Turner Home Team. We buy houses as is in any condition for cash, and we can close in just days. As a real estate investor and licensed agent, my team and I can give you options when you need to sell. Sell fast or sell for top dollar. You choose what's best.
Call Turner Home Team or visit theturnerhometeam.com. They'll make a no obligation cash offer for your home today.
Turner Home Team. Pirates supporting Pirates.
This is retired ECU baseball player Charlie Yorgan, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Eagle Distributing, celebrating 150 years of Budweiser all year long. This Bud's for you from Carolina Eagle, serving the Pirate Nation since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. If you're cruising around town or headed out for a weekend adventure, make sure you're riding in something you can count on from Capital Subaru of Greenville. From brand new Subarus with legendary all-wheel drive to quality pre-owned vehicles, Capital Subaru has your back. Stop by today or visit capitalofgreenville.com. Capital Subaru, love what you drive. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Monday. The Nathan's famous Coney Island hot dog contest coming up July 4th, ESPN Family of Networks, ABC as well. And every year beforehand, we talk to the president of MLE. He'll be on the color commentary. On the call is Rich Shea, who joins us once again on the Turner Home Team live line. Rich, great to have you back. How you doing, man?
I'm great. How's everything down in Greenville?
Hey, it's going good. A little hot, but to be expected this time of year. But getting ready for July 4th and the celebration, and part of the fabric of America now. And when we think of July 4th, we think of the hot dog eating contest. And Rich, before we get there and talk about what's going on this year, how about what's new with the MLE? What has changed since we talked to you this time last year?
Just more records being set. We've had a bunch of contests already this year. I think the funniest one to me was a banana eating competition, which was a sprint of 25 bananas, which Pat Bertoletti completed in, I want to say it was under 2 minutes. But yeah, we're just out there trying to, stay on the road, set records. Joey, obviously, this summer will be going for his 18th mustard yellow belt, and Mickey back looking for her 9th. So that's where the focus is right now. But after that, we'll be heading up to Boston for a wing eating, actually New Hampshire, for a wing eating competition with Joey just the week after the 4th.
Awesome stuff. And yeah, you mentioned Joey Chestnut, synonymous with hot dogs and with eating competitions. And, we always ask you, like, who's the next Jordan, or who's battling Jordan? Who's going to catch Tiger? Who's going to catch Joey? I don't know how many times I've asked you that over the years, Rich, but are there competitors that could bring down the GOAT, Joey Chestnut, this year?
We probably, the problem is, when Joey has a bad year, it was a couple years ago, he did 63. So his more recent competitions, are in around 70 and a half, and he has the record in 21 for 76. Joey's always talking about, breaking that record. He's always talking about, I want to set a new world record for the fans. I want to hit 80. And it just depends, I think, in some cases on conditions out there. It's so hot. It's going to be really hot this year. But competitors, same as last year. You look at Esper, you look at a guy named James Webb from Sydney, Australia. So he's definitely James Webb is definitely our most active, sort of prolific eater on the circuit. And I was with him in DC earlier in the month, and he ate 53 large glazed donuts in 8 minutes. He's eaten 53 Nathan's hot dogs and 52 last year he ate Nathan's hot dogs and buns. So if he were to increase and Joey were to really have a hiccup, he might have a game. But again, it's kind of it's the same narrative. I apologize, but it's like what number will Joey do? Will he eclipse 70? That's what we're looking at.
Rich Shea joining us. Rich, we have you on every year. For folks that are tuned in to you for the first time, tell us about your background. How did you get from where you were to this being on ABC on July 4th being just a monster deal like it is?
It's a monster. George, my brother, and I started, doing these contests in Coney Island, more than 20 years ago, almost 30 years ago. The thing's been going on for decades, and we just kind of leaned into it. And so we have a PR firm, so we started just, really leaning into the media and getting coverage, and that coverage led to ESPN wanting to cover it, and that was 23 years ago. I also have to credit guys like Joey Chestnut, Takiro Kobayashi, Hirofumi Nakajima, some of the old champs who have certainly, and Sonia Thomas and these Mickey Sudo, these competitors who really took it seriously. But we basically went from, this sort of pastime, World's Fair or State Fair or County Fair, kind of, you can imagine a pie eating contest or whatever it might be, and put it into a sport sort of a framework, and it is a sport, so it just naturally evolved. And now, as you mentioned, so we'll be on ESPN broadcast, but then ABC is going to pick it up at 12:30 Eastern and run a half hour of our show nationwide, which is also amazing.
That's fantastic. And again, it's not just this one contest. You've already mentioned a wing eating contest, the bananas earlier. So there are multiple events. Do you have any other majors, I guess you would consider, to use a golf or a tennis term?
I would consider another big major would be Buffalo Wings on Labor Day weekend up in Buffalo, New York. And that's another one that gathers, maybe 20,000 people, a little smaller than the Nathan's event, but that's a very substantial event. We've had an event in Knoxville, Tennessee, the last few years that is drawing every single big name eater, and it's just a one location place, but it's pretty darn great. It's called Dead End Barbecue, and they do a smoked bologna eating championship. And Joey was down there this year. He ate 16 pounds of smoked bologna in 8 minutes. So very similar to the hot dog thing. So it would indicate he's in good form for the fourth.
Rich, what celebrities do you run into across all these events that you put on? Celebrities want their name tied to things that are popular and people are watching. So, do you have any celebrity eating contests or people they're really into what you do?
We've done some smaller celebrity stuff, and we're down in New Orleans, and we'll get all the local chefs, and they're noted chefs or celebrity chefs or wherever we might be. It's more like the viewers. So we do every year get surprised on the social media when someone like Chris Rock or who's the guy, Steven Tyler, a couple of years ago talked about it. Snoop Dogg talks about it. We have an old image of Obama and his wife and kids in a campaign van watching the contest. So definitely people see it. And then if I'll say something, because I do the color commentary.
Yeah.
I mentioned Zach Bryan and Jason Isbell a couple of years ago, and they started tweeting back and forth about it. So it's more like that. Not so many stars in the audience, although Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are getting married reportedly in New York on the 3rd, so I wouldn't be surprised if they came over on the 4th to watch it.
Absolutely, 100%. And who knows, with the World Cup here in the United States and Mexico and Canada, I don't know, maybe you'll get I guess the Scotland folks won't be there because they're out of the World Cup, but maybe a group of fans from another country will invade.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I will say, that kind of goes to George and I were worried that because of the World Cup and because of the 250th and tall ships and all the president's going to be in New York, and are we going to see a fall off on attention? But amazingly, unfortunately, it's actually the opposite. We're getting more requests, and all the media risers are all fully sold out, and people are begging for passes. So I think we're going to have a great big day out there, provided the weather holds.
For the folks that are, local, is that a ticketed event? Do you just show up? How does it work if you watch it live?
There's no gate, so you can just show up. Some of the crowd fill that you see, there's a mix on the crowd fill that, when you're watching on ESPN, you'll see those sweeping shots. And so the mix in front of the stage of people that have friends and family or VIP passes. And people who showed up at 7 a.m. and no joke, I get there at 7:30, and there's people in line to get into that crowd fill. It's amazing. But no, it's not a. We don't charge for it. It's just sort of like a cultural phenomenon, and everyone likes to go out to the corner of Surf and Stillwell, Coney Island.
Yeah, and look, I remember talking to a lot of folks around COVID time, like, will it ever be like it was? Will crowds ever fill up stadiums again? And that answer was a resounding yes. So how about your numbers, Rich, as far, I mean, is it still kind of growing every year?
Yeah, we did take, I will say this, COVID did take a hit on us. So we went down, from like 70 events down to like 40 there. Now we're getting back up north of 50 a year. So we're doing well. Our recognition is up. Our socials are doing well. Our viewership last year was better than ever on ESPN. We hit like a couple million viewers during the competition. So that's good. We've got Chinette, we've got a great plate sponsor this year, and you're seeing that type of stuff. So we're really positive about the momentum. But the Nathan's Famous partnership, which we've had forever, that's the number one in our book.
And you mentioned women's championship as well. And how about the women's division in these contests? Are there enough women involved, Rich, where every event you can have a women's division, or is it kind of a co-ed for some of these?
Yeah, typically when we're on the road, it's a co-ed. So you'll have, and the balance is mostly men, but you might have 3 or 4 women in a 15-person contest, maybe 5. But there are fewer women on the circuit. But we do have a distinct women's contest on July 4. Mickey Sudo, who has won that 8 times, and Mickey's going for another title. What's interesting is she has a personal best of 51. Last year she did 33. So there are some, if she has she called that a very bad year, but she still won with 33. I don't know if she would win this year with 33, since Michelle Lesko, former champ from 21, can do 31, 32. We got a lady named Domenica D from Seattle who's done 26 to qualify. So I think Mickey probably is going to take another belt, but she would be challenged if she lets her guard down a little bit.
Rich Shea joining us, Turner Home Team Live Line. It'll be the 4th of July celebration, Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest, Coney Island. Rich, when new events pop up, are these your ideas, as the president? Are they kind of local to where the events are happening? How do you come up with a new contest if there's a new one that pops up?
So, and we've had a number of new ones this year. We had like a flurry of events in New England, which is interesting. So, as I mentioned, that wing contest a week after the 4th up at a place called the Brook Casino in New Hampshire. We had a donut hole eating contest at a place called Mass Hole Donuts in Boston. But, it's mostly people reach out to us primarily, and they say, hey, we have this event and we want to complement it with or buttress it with an eating contest, or we'll reach out on occasion, and it could be a fair festival or anything that, you think of it like you can get a band, like a Blues Traveler or something like that, or you can get us. And oftentimes that's a scenario. It's a bit of both. So it could be a county fair. It could be a local festival celebration. And so we're always sort of changing. And then, as I said, we have perennial events that we go to every year, like the wings and like the bologna and oysters in New Orleans and things like that.
Awesome stuff from Rich Shea joining us once again here on Pirate Radio Live. Rich, we enjoy talking with you every year, man. And look, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Any changes, anything different in this year's broadcast, or are you just going with the old same recipe that's worked all the other years?
Similar recipe. I'm going to go out. We have a mad heat wave coming in New York, sadly, but I'm going to go out on the hottest day in 12 years, which is, the hottest day in 14 years, which is Thursday. Maybe interview some people out in the Coney Island Boardwalk for part of the show. That ABC pickup at 12:30 Eastern's big. That plate, that's different, more durable plate, which I don't think the eaters will care, but the plate handlers will like. And other than that, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's go.
All right, and of course, video review has infiltrated all of sports. Will you be reviewing, or is this all this is old school reffing? What you guys do?
It's pretty old school. Wemby didn't get many reviews in that finals, right? But it goes so fast that there are sometimes disputes after the event. Not typically with Joey when he's got a 10 hot dog margin, but in the past we've had 5 hot dog eat-offs because we come right down to the last bite. But there's not a ton of time for review. It's the golden rule: is you can't suffer urges contrary to swallow. So if anyone does that, they'll be DQ'd. Otherwise, it's the fastest 10 minutes in sports.
And you mentioned Wemby there. That's right. The New York Knicks champions. I guess the folks in New York are probably still partying. So you'll have a leftover crowd from that out at July 4th.
It was unbelievable. It's actually, I've lived in New York since '93. I'm actually from Boston, but it's just like anywhere, like, right? If the Pirates are winning, everybody's in a good mood.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a better city when the Knicks win, so that was a lot of fun. Plus, I'm a Villanova grad, so it's kind of like a Villanova squad up there. So, yeah, we had a heck of a lot of fun.
Jalen Brunson is the man, no doubt. Rich, have fun, man. Can't wait to see you on the broadcast once again. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll talk to you again down the road, man.
Hey, thanks so much for the friendship, and go Pirates, baby.
Rich Shea, president, Major League Eating. He'll be on the color commentary for the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest, which has become synonymous with July 4th and America and fireworks, hot dogs, and eating a bunch of them. We'll come back, get ready to wrap things up here on a Monday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this timeout.
Looking for friendly service and hometown convenience? Make it Country Mart in Pitt County. With 2 great locations already serving our community, Country Mart is your one-stop shop for fresh hot food, cold drinks, snacks, fuel, and everyday essentials, all with the fast, friendly service you can count on. And we're growing. A brand new location is coming soon on Highway 11 right across from Aidan Crifton High School. From breakfast biscuits to afternoon pick-me-ups and the best fuel prices in town, Country Mart keeps Pitt County moving. Country Mart, local, convenient, and always friendly.
Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry has been Greenville's premier dental practice for over 40 years. I am Dr. Chris Gateway, and our mission at Michaels & Gateway is to provide exceptional dental care with compassion, integrity, and innovation, ensuring every patient leaves with a healthy, confident smile. Doctors Michaels & Gateway are committed to providing an outstanding patient experience with every visit. Not only do we offer all your dental needs under one roof, in most cases, we can take care of those needs on the same day. Bring your smile to us at Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry.
Summer's here. You're at the beach, halfway up a mountain, finally relaxing, miles from home.
And then your phone buzzes. Not panic, just a quick check-in. Because with SDI, you already know what's going on.
Real-time alerts, 24/7 monitoring, full control of your home or business, right from your smartphone.
So while you're making memories, you're never wondering what's happening back home.
SCI Security, because you don't get security system for the days nothing happens. You get the system for the moment something does.
Travel smart, travel secure, and protect what matters.
Call today and get protected before your next trip.
Looking for your new favorite hangout spot? Come on down to the Doghouse Tavern, Aiden's veteran-owned crown jewel on 2nd Street. From open mic Mondays to music bingo Thursdays, there's always something happening. Enjoy daily drink specials, one of the best bar menus around, and live music that'll keep you coming back for more. Grab your friends, kick back, and support local at the Doghouse Tavern. Check us out on Facebook to see what's on tap this week. The Doghouse Tavern, where good times and great vibes live.
This is proud ECU alumni David Price of David Price Construction. As a leading general contracting firm, we specialize in commercial construction and renovation. Whether it's updating your office space, renovating your restaurant, or building a new retail store, our team at David Price Construction is ready to assist. We are committed to delivering quality, value, and customer satisfaction across all of our projects. So give us a call at 919-820-3612 or find us online at davidpriceconstruction.com. Go Pirates.
This is Caleb Reynolds, lead minister at Eastern Pines Church, and I'd love to invite you to join us this Sunday at 9 and 10:30 at 3380 Portertown Road in Greenville. At Eastern Pines Church, you'll find real people, uplifting worship, and a place where your family can grow in your faith. Come see what God is doing right here in Greenville. We'd love to welcome you home at Eastern Pines Church. Visit easternpineschurch.com for more information.
Church services brought to you by S&K Trapping, East Coast Grading, Gregory Pool, Driven Details, East Coast Access, Cardinal Lock and Key, and rentafishtank.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Jacob Jiggins Cowart, and the best place to go for custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items is University Sportswear. University Sportswear hit a home run for me when I needed my custom t-shirts. From start to finish, University Sportswear provided superior customer service and a quality product that cannot be beat. If your business, organization, or event needs t-shirts or promotional help, then you need University Sportswear. Visit universitysportswearenc.com for contact information. Go Pirates.
It's bow time. Sometimes the craving for Bojangles Supremes is so strong you just gotta have them, even when your gas tank is on empty and Bojangles is still 10 miles away. Nothing beats the flavor of Bojangles Juicy Golden Supremes, especially when they're part of a perfect combo with 4 boldly seasoned chicken Supremes, a made-from-scratch biscuit, fixin', and some legendary iced tea. The only thing that can satisfy your hunger is that delicious southern flavor. So when the craving is supreme, order ahead on our app and put the pedal to the metal. It's bow time.
This is Andre Allison, the first receiver to catch 1,000 in ECU history. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Eagle Distributing, celebrating 150 years of Budweiser all year long. This Bud's for you from Carolina Eagle, serving the Pirate Nation since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The Dow was up 306 points today when it closed at 52,182. The NASDAQ was up 522 points at 25,820. And the S&P was up 86 at 7,440. That is your Wells Fargo Advisors Stock Market Report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back into the show. Here's Clip.
All right, Germany, Paraguay now knotted up at 1 in the 63rd minute as they play a round of 32 knockout stage of the World Cup. USA, Bosnia coming up Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. And they will try to move on to the round of 16. This is our World Cup update brought to you by Greenville United FC and the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. Parker Byrd here, getting ready to record an edition of the Parker Byrd Show. You said earlier we had Rich Shea on talking eating, and you said you could down some peanuts. You thought of another food too, though.
Oysters. Yeah. I could do some oysters, man. I love oysters. That's probably one of my favorite foods. I don't really have it too often, but yeah, man. Just steam them.
I'm gonna stay seafood route. I'm gonna go popcorn shrimp. I'll go popcorn shrimp eating contest.
What you got, Jarrett?
That seafood, man. Like after about a little bit, is like I'm about to throw up.
Okay.
God, I don't know. I don't like it. I mean, it doesn't look like it, but I don't really eat a lot. Like, I drink a lot, but I don't know. It's some chips.
If you had to eat a lot of something, chips,
sliders, like little burgers, that doesn't really count.
Okay, Shirley.
I'm going to be the weirdest one out of all of you. Broccoli.
Well, then, I mean, if we're
like
just
raw, no, not raw, cooked.
Okay.
Like if you cook it, I'll eat it,
You're
and I will eat. I just love
just give me
broccoli.
some lettuce,
I'll eat my weight in it.
You talk about stomach and potential.
Clip said Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets.
Not a sponsor.
Yeah, but I mean, but if you're eating those now, are we talking like a timed event?
Yeah,
because that's going to hurt like a mofo if you try to eat all those chicken nuggets because of all those jagged edges.
Get the grill.
Oh, come on.
But broccoli, man, I'll go to town.
Yeah, just give me. I mean, if we're going vegetable, carrot sticks.
Oh, I can't eat those fast.
Nah,
I feel like vegetables is cheap.
On those.
They're not filling.
The carrot sticks will crunch too much for me.
But it's an even playing field. Everybody's playing with the same thing. Like if you're in a carrot stick eating contest, everybody's eating carrot sticks. It's not,
Yeah, but the problem is if you eat them, I don't know anybody else has this problem, but when I eat carrots, a lot of times there's going to be that little flake of one that just somehow goes down the wrong pipe, and I choke on it all the time. And I'm like, I'm not eating them that fast.
That's why you got to practice. You got to
get
in the weight room.
I tell you what.
Get back in the lab.
If y'all want to do a Chinese food division, I think I could dominate that as well.
Yeah,
duck
I'm
sauce.
Sure you could.
Wes could do duck sauce.
Lo mein, fried rice, whatever. Beef and broccoli, whatever you got. All right. Parker needs to go. He needs to get away from us fat people. And I'm talking about myself.
Yeah, not Shirley. She wants
a healthy choice.
Yeah.
No. It's got to have some vinegar and butter on it, though.
So everybody's down in their food, and Shirley's like putting.
You got to dress it up a little.
Yeah.
She's going to have the most fun out there for sure.
Thanks for hanging out, Parker.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
And good luck. We'll keep in touch, obviously,
sure.
but good luck out in San Diego.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, Shirley Rhodes, Jay Bone. Yep. We will talk to you Tuesday, 3 o'clock, all new edition of Pirate Radio Live for the crew. I am Clip Rock. Jeff Charles, take us home.
Have a great night, Eastern Carolina.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of The Voice.